Da-na-na-na-na. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. What pet? Some toast? Okay. Hi guys, back in 2 seconds. Welcome to the live stream. Just give us a shake the lamb's tail. Good afternoon everybody. Can I just do a sound check that everybody can hear me loud and clear? I've just been seen to my daughter, so just bear with me 2 seconds. So how we're all doing? So results from earlier. Let's get set up here. Here we go. So these are full times in the championship. Log in. We have a Bristol City 0, Burnley 1, and we have Coventry 2, Sheffield United 2. Good result for Sunderland that. Sheffield Wednesday 1, Cardiff City 1 as well. So that is not bad at all. It only counts, of course, if Sunderland can do the business. And that's all we're after. Yeah, good. Just let us know if the sound isn't too crackly or anything like that. Center. Right, let's just get set up a bit further here. So D Hall, welcome. Gordon Seymour, welcome. We've got yeah, Coventry City, it was 2-2. Nice result for us, says D Hall. Gordon Seymour. Bristol was 0 goal not. Sheffield United draw gives us something to aim for. We need this today. Darren Hall says Neil Rigg, who will be the other centre midfielder, I wonder. Packer Andrew says Sunderland 3, Millwall 1. Gordon Seymour says afternoon Stuart, afternoon Gordon. D Hall says yes, loud and proud. Etienne Lamore, afternoon CABBIE and all loud and clear, thank you. Pastor Alex in the house. How are you doing, Pastor Alex? Fernley, afternoon CABBIE and all. Tough one today. Next 2 games for you. Yep, it certainly is. Who have you got again, Fernley? Again, who have you got? That's just on the tip of my tongue. I'm trying to think who it is. Keith Lupton says good day from Perth. Ken Walton, member of the channel, says good afternoon CABBIE from a storm-lashed Cornwall, mate. Yeah, we're on the verge of the storm here as well. Just bear with us a second. Finished, darling? Yeah.
Oh yes, absolutely. In fact, in 1950, Sunderland lost the league. They finished third.
So my toast all gone?
No, it's my toast.
Want some chocolate?
Yeah.
Chocolate? You have a bar penguin?
No,
What?
it's my toast.
It's more toast.
I've read about Sunderland tells me that City were doomed to relegation. We're already relegated. However, when City beat Sunderland in the Roker Park, we missed the penalty. That cost us a draw at least. Manchester City at the time had that was their third win out of 4 games. If they'd won that game and had won 2. So everybody thought, well, City were relegated. The other thing, when Trevor Ford made his debut, a lot of books I've read state that he shot dislodged a post. The ball went in. Well, it wasn't a shot.
Do you some toast, darling, with jam? High five!
Stop it, good up.
Can we cuddle? What's it? Cuddles.
In 1977, when Sunderland basically were relegated when Bristol City arrived at 2-2 draw, the Manchester United had about they competed in the FA Cup final that year and they played weekend teams.
Oh, don't tell them you want the toilet.
City in their last games of the season, and West Ham and Bristol City
Woo!
helped the team come up, and also we sold Brian Pop.
Oh dear mate. 2-1 Millwall, of course. My mate Andy's in the house. Swansea tomorrow. You should beat them, Fernie. I will give you a tinkle, mate, tonight at some point. Got your number. So Millwall, yeah, well they're going well. They're going really well, Millwall.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
All uphill to Durban, season to forget, Bolsmouth side, up and not away, native to restless, and so on and so on.
Yes.
And so the history is it's a litany of failure in some ways.
Yes, yes, and yet, you know, we did have 10 consecutive years in the Premier League, albeit 4 years. This is great. This is remarkable. 4 consecutive years. I mean, we played Chelsea twice at Stamford Bridge, beat them over that weekend. One of the times we beat Chelsea, I did mention.
We're actually talking now
Yes.
on the anniversary of that 3-0
Oh yes.
at Stamford Bridge.
The more remarkable was, I think, when Gus Moya was manager, and we had a series of difficult fixtures, and we were marooned at the bottom of the table. And we beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, we beat Manchester United at Old Trafford, and we nearly beat Manchester City at Main Road. You know, it was remarkable. But the Chelsea game apparently was Jose Mourinho's first defeat at Stamford Bridge in 77 games. Now, in my book,
Yeah, sugar.
the thing that I overlooked, I had written that it was Chelsea's first defeat in 77 games. Well, I knew that was the case for some reason. Jose Mourinho's back
Oh dear. But they're our bogey side, Swansea. That's my team. It is, Andy. I know that's your team, mate. Absolutely. Oh dear me. Oh, thanks for the 2 subscribers already. Thank you very much indeed. Do. So if I have to go out now and again, don't worry, it's just that I'm on my own in the house with my daughter Summer, and sometimes I have to dash off and see to me kids. So hope you don't mind now and again. And the wind is starting to pick up. It's forecast to peak really bad on Monday. Got a result earlier in the Premier League. Leicester City 1, Chelsea 2. In the Championship, of course, we have them results coming. Sheffield United at top of the league by 1 point after their draw, but we have yet to play. Burnley, we're getting sandwiched in tightly against for Burnley and Sheffield United, and of course Leeds United are breathing hot air down our necks as well. It's starting to get compacted now. So Sunderland are currently second, but we've yet to play as of yet. Oh. Finished? Good girl, darling.
context, because yes, we're getting 40,000 fans every weekend. If you were up at 40,000 in the early 60s, that was the third or fourth best supporting club in the country, and we missed.
Jack Carter, hey up mate, what's your prediction today? You're going 2-0. 1-1 I'm going to go for, to be honest with you. David Jackson, good afternoon. CABBIE got to win. Hey up mate, what's your prediction? Necronic says, in this weather it could be a nightmare for either side. I'm 40 miles north of Millwall and it's pretty windy here. It's going to be interesting. Stuart Hammond, welcome. Hi mate, Stu from Burlington. What's the weather like with you? It's just stopped raining. It's never stopped raining since first thing this morning, and it has stopped. But we're going to get really heavy, strong winds come. It's going to really hit on Monday. Right, so what? There's going to be something different from the commentary now from now on. because other YouTube channels, Sunderland channels, some certain Sunderland channels are really whinging and twining that the fact that I've got the audio commentary on, and I could be getting done, or not could be getting done, it could get done for copyright if I carry on. So what I'm going to do is, it's going to be exactly the same commentary, but I'm going to repeat word for word what Nick Barnes and that are saying. So you're still going to get the 100% match commentary. It's just not going to be Radio Newcastle doing it. It's going to be me literally copying word for word, because I can do it. It's a skill I've learned over the years. So you will be getting the commentary word for word, what's happening. I'm just going to emulate what they are saying, and I'm going to copy it through the mic so you guys can get word for word what is going on. So that's the way, and it's not worth the risk, is it, really, getting a copyright strike? So, but you see, you'll still get the commentary. Can we still have some? Can we have some rain, please, in Western Australia? We've had absolute bucket loads here. Bet 365 for me, Cabby. Sorry, mate. You don't have to apologise, Marine Fish Keeper. Absolutely. Don't have to apologise. Just getting all my stuff set up and that here. The wife's out with my son at the Carlisle match. We all live in a MACKEM CABBIE world. Hello Fernie, just Joe does that on our Leeds watch-alongs, the commentary. Yes, he does, mate, he does. I'm just not going to risk getting a copyright strike and getting took down. I mean, I'll get in contact with Radio Newcastle and ask what the rules and regulations are there, because I'm actually broadcasting from the SAFC stream, which I am paying for, as I'm paying for it every month. So I'm going to be doing it this way to keep everybody happy. Alan Ray, loud and clear, no problem. Just Joe does that. Yeah, he does. He actually lives in Sunderland and all. He does. Jack Reed says, be a tough game today, 2-1 win. As we've got the Sunderland fans there in good spirit. A long way down. A lot of fans have made the journey last night, by the way, and got in a hotel, which is a wise thing to do. So I think Millwall have played the last five, and they have won 4, drawn 1. Of course, Sunderland on the back of 3 consecutive draws, as we know. So, like, if anybody comes in the chat and they say, "Where's the real audio commentary?" Until I get it sorted, till I can find out once and for sure whether it's legal or not to do it, then I will be doing the commentary myself, but I'll be copying what they're saying. So you will still get it word for word, don't worry about that, and I will be cracking on with you lads as well I can. Angela Coleman, hello, how are you doing? Are the players now walking out? So just saying that Leanne Bennett, who works with the club behind the scenes, has just given birth to a baby. So congratulations to Leanne Bennett. Fantastic news, that. Fantastic. And Cabby, will I do the Gary Bennett size? I don't need to, I'll probably do it myself. And the big cheer goes up as we're about to get things underway. So Sun will be in their red and white stripes this afternoon. Millwall, well, they play in their dark navy and white, and the shirts, well, they're navy blue and white and horizontal bands or something. Billy Fly, hey Cabby, visiting Berwick from Canada. Have tickets for the Tuesday night match. Looking forward to it. How are the lads? How are? So Sunderland away to our left, and Millwall away to our right. As I hear Jude's blasting in the speakers around. Hey Judy, 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 Judy. And it doesn't look like it's raining. Welcome back. No more international rubbish, says Rory. Absolutely. Judy, Judy, Judy. Welcome back. Absolutely. As we've got the pre-background music. Here, Jude. It's right and left for me, says Angela. And the sound system's pretty loud at the den. Regis LeBrie stands there with his arms folded. What can we expect from Sunderland today? What can we expect? So Sunderland have sold about 3,000 tickets for this afternoon's game. Both teams are in huddles by the side of the halfway line. The referee is John Busby in yellow this afternoon. Last season he took charge of both games against Blackburn Rovers. Both of those games were goal fests. Hello, Matt and Cabby. Thanks for the coverage, Mary. You're welcome. Your left, Cabby, or ours? I don't know what you mean, Angela. Sunderland will win. Notably, both games that he refereed, the away side won. So what's in store today, this afternoon, with Millwall about to get us underway? And they are defending the cold-blown lane end of the den. As we look across to the Docker stand, the ball straight out into touch, and it's a grey afternoon. The flags on top of the Docker stand are horizontal, and there is a strong wind, but not quite as strong as we had expected. Oh yeah, I'm going to put the 2 seconds. Yeah, we're going to quickly through the team news. We've got Sunderland, we've got Patterson, O'Nine, Ballard, Meffin, Alessi, Rigg, Watson, Mayenda, Connolly, Isidore, Subs, Moore, Anderson, Johnson, Middlemas, Barr, Ashish, Alesic and Jones. Ballard right back. So we've got a free kick now to Millwall, pushing out from the edge of their penalty area. Tommy Watson needs to get an early touch on the ball because he thinks he can be a threat, and he'll be confident, Watson, after that touch. Not a bad start. Patterson in goal, of course. O'Nine, Meffin, Ballard and Alexi as the back four. Neil and Rigg, and Mayenda, Connolly, Watson and Isidore. So that's the lineup. So Isidore's playing as a 10-year-old, so yes, Dave, he did pull everybody up for number 10 role. So 10 by just behind the number 9, and now there is Connolly on the left touchline trying to get Watson away, tackled. It's a throw to Millwall. They've made 5 changes. Lucas Jensen in goal, back 4 of Ryan Leonard, Chaka Tadanga, no Jake Cooper this afternoon, is Sean Hutchinson and Joe Bryan a left back, and then in midfield we've got Casper Denor and George Saville, the Northern Ireland international, Romain Esse, George Honeyman, Duncan Watmore, and it's Josh Coburn up front for Millburn. It's with Leonard on the right. He hooks the ball up into the Sunderland half, and Coburn's trying to burst through. He's on loan from Middlesbrough, Coburn, but Patson slid right over the goal line and kept the ball in play, and it rolls it out to Mepham on the right corner of the red penalty area, and what Regis LeBrie makes of the den. and his black overcoat. As the ball hooked up forwards, it's cleared, out it comes on the left hand side to Brian, and eventually back to the goalkeeper, who's all in pink this afternoon, Lucas Jensen, the Dane. He hooks the ball away, comes back down to Leonard on the right wing, he plays it straight to Elise, and then back it goes to Sean Hutchinson to lob up forwards, looking for the run of the far side of Corbin, trying to get forwards, but the ball won't back with Sunderland MACKEM. We played back into the Millwall half, across here to Tanganga, back into the centre, and then to George Saville, and he plays it out wide to the touchline, and Saville on halfway on the right hand side, and back again to Sean Hutchinson. Yeah, no radio, because apparently it's naughty, you're not allowed to do it for copyright. So what I'm doing is I'm copying word for word what the commentary is saying on the radio. So, but you're still going to get all the commentary. It's literally the radio commentary, but I'm copying word for word what Gary Bennett and Nick Barnes are saying. So you literally are getting it, but it's me copying what they're saying. It's not worth getting the channel closed down for until I find out if it's okay to do it. But this time I'm going to be copying word for word exactly what the radio is saying. So you're going to get it. So it's going to be taken, free kick here by Joe Bryan in for Danny McNamara this afternoon. James B, experienced left back, floats up into the edge of the D, and it's dropped away to the left, where Mayenda on the Sunderland right has got it inside to Tommy Watson. Honeyman straight into Watson, and the ball played back to 09. He kept his composure, Tommy Watson. Chris Rigg inside, he's won a free kick, fired by Corbin. Free kick Sunderland. Jonathan Mark, I am CABBIE's roving reporter next to the Flenge at Millwall today. Liz Kelly, okay, understood, no problem. There's a few empty seats in the stand and a few empty seats in the Caldwell Lane end as well. Aston Villa 0, Crystal Palace 1. 09 taps the ball forward to Rigg on the right wing, back into the middle. MACKEM now for Sunderland, the 5th minute, it's 0-0 here, and live here of course, and the ball's played forward to Dan Neil, who plays it back forward to Dan Ballard, squares to 09 on the left halfway line, whips it up through the right hand side, looking for Rigg down the right side of the penalty area. Tanganga got the better of him though, and Millwall able to clear. Coburn trying to turn and spin on MACKEM, comes down to 09 and hooks it back over Watmore's head, and headed on by Rigg, trying to get Mayenda through, but Millwall get it away again, and MACKEM gets around Coburn, finds Honeyman on the left hand wing. Neil trying to stick with him. Leonard made a mistake, let the ball step away. Mayenda's taken down, and it's come off Mayenda for a Millwall throw, and it's back inside their own half. Yes, darling. Tomatoes, 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 2 minutes. If you have the radio on in the background, surely you know we're going to have an issue, but you're doing a better job than them anyway. So just give us 2 seconds. I'm going to put the commentary on just briefly, because I'm going to seat my daughter, then I'll knock her back off. Hold on.
This afternoon, short sleeves, rolls it.
Oh dear.
The season here on loan from Arsenal, and now with MACKEM again, back to Ballard, taking it forwards. Coburn goes to close him down, across to Elise on the far side. He hooks it down the left wing, looking at the run of Tommy Watson. Hutchinson lobs it forwards again down that right hand side, and Ryan Leonard hooks it on over the halfway line, and then turned away into touch by Elise on the far side below the Dockers stand. Elise is more familiar with the other side of the river here in London, former West Ham man. The ball comes back then to Sean Hutchinson, squares it to Tanganga, out to the left now to Brian, who tries to whip it down the wing for Watmore, who's run onto it, and he's managed to get the ball away from MACKEM, but the referee says Watmore.
Yeah, I'll be putting the radio on. I'm on my own with my daughter at the moment. I've got a seat and my kids, and every now and again our summer. Albert, yeah, if you have the radio on in the background, surely no one can have an issue, but you're doing a better job than them anyway. No problem, but until I find out hook, line and sinker, I will be getting in touch with Radio Newcastle and see what they say if I've got it on in the background. I want to do things properly, but like I say, until I get that sorted, you will still hear the commentary word for word. When my car radio is on, everyone in town can hear it. So just bear with me, people, till I do things. So just bear with me 2 seconds, and I'm watching me bands as well. So a lot of these YouTubers around and that, their kids have all grown up, or they've not got kids, and they haven't got any kids to look after sometimes, and sometimes I have. So I have got a tricky job on my hand, guys, so please just bear with me if I disappear now and again. I'm just a dad, being a dad and a YouTuber at the same time. So I just want to do things properly. I didn't want to get the channel shut down, so I will get in contact with them. So just bear with me a second.
As a bit of manhandling on Connolly going on, and that's led to a free kick, the foul by George Saville. Aaron Connolly in long sleeves and gloves this afternoon. Free kick is 22 yards out on the left hand side of midfield, and set pieces could be a potential tool for Sunderland this afternoon. Watson and Rigg,
good delivery
over this. Just how young is that duo for this free kick? It would normally be Mundle and Roberts. Now we have a combined age, I think, of 34-35 for this free kick. I'm trying to think, is Tommy Watson 18 now? I think he is.
Whip it in on this surface as well, it'll skip off the surface.
So which of these two is going to take the free kick? John Busby's ready. Rigg takes it, hooks it in with his left foot, and it's headed goalwards, then on the 6-yard line, headed out and in! Connolly has smashed it in the bottom right
Great
corner.
goal, Connolly.
Aaron Connolly, who won the free kick, has now scored from the free kick.
I've missed a goal. I've missed a goal. I've missed a goal. I've missed a goal.
Well to Sunderland.
What a great finish that is.
That's what you get for being a parent. That's what you get for being a parent.
The edge of the box.
Your kids come first before anything has to be.
Aaron Connolly.
I'm going to have a look at this now. I'm going to have a look at this.
Excellent goal. Do him the world of good.
And that'll do Sunderland the world of good as
Free kick comes in.
Riggs, free kick, floated into the
Get in.
of the 6-yard box, headed back across.
Oh, is it Connolly?
Line, cleared by Millwall.
Stay out, Cabby.
Straight to Aaron Connolly, 22 yards out.
Oh my God.
Right-hand corner.
Get
Sunderland
in there.
1-0.
Get in there.
And we're in the 11th minute now.
Yes, darling? Eh?
So, that's,
Somebody knocking at the door now. See what I mean?
as they say, game on.
Is it the door?
Important as the first free kick as well. Don't want to see a ball.
It was a good ball in, caused problems for Millwall. And here's Mayenda chasing a ball, but it's gone out for a throw. So, from Sunderland's point of view, perfect start.
It's an excellent finish by Aaron Connolly. Good technique, you know, he had to get over the ball, keep it down and hit the target. Great volley.
Well, he's been criticised a fair bit over the last few weeks. Maybe now a performance from him this afternoon, and we might be able to see a little bit more about what Aaron Connolly's all about. Perhaps it has been too early to write him off.
Well, again,
We'll see.
I just think, you know, we mentioned it before a ball was kicked. The 10-roll, me.
Oh man
He's
alive.
not an out-and-out striker, is he? I don't think so, anyway.
On the evidence of the last few weeks, probably not. As you say, that role might be more fitting for him. Millwall 0, Sunderland 1. We're in the 12th minute of the first half as Casper de Noor tries to play the ball forwards. The Belgian, it comes back to Saville and across then to Hutchinson and down the right wing to Leonard, just inside the...
Dear me, it's all a mad rush in the MACKEM CABBIE house at the minute.
Millwall.
And that'll do him the world of good. He's confidence-wise as well.
Yeah.
So pleased for Connolly there, like.
I think, as you said about Tommy Watson earlier in the game, getting a touch, and now Connolly getting a goal, all good for those players in this, well, Well, this much changed Sunderland team this afternoon. 6.
That's class, like, it's
changes
class.
enforced upon Reggie Stoppage.
I'm so pleased for Connolly, like.
For another
What a finish from the lad. Cabby, what was the last game you watched at the stadium, like?
by the flags.
The last game was Sunderland 0, Swansea 3, but that's when we did the survival. We did the miracle with Gustave Poyet. We beat West Brom. I was at that game as well, 2-0. Colin Major says, come on the Mackems.
And O'Neill now brings it across towards the right, slips it back inside.
Finish, darling.
Chris Rick. He's brought down by Saville, but the referee says play on, and Ballard brings the ball on into the Millwall half and out to Watson on the left-hand side, cutting back inside. He's drifted in past 1, he's gone past 2, and he's brought down with a good tackle by a third, and then Saville's tripped up, and it's a free kick to Millwall.
I don't mind that. He's positive, isn't he?
Yeah.
A
Now, we've not seen much of Romain Esse yet. We've heard a lot about him, the 19-year-old, but I think he's only had a couple of touches on the ball so far.
Continue that way, Nick. I don't want to see anything about him.
No. The ball tapped out by Lucas Jensen, the goalkeeper, to Hutchinson. He squares it back to Tanganga and out on the left to Saville. Closed down by Mienda, down the line to Brian. Luke O'Neill trying to close him down. It's pushed up by Millwall. Rigg tackled by Honeyman. It leads to a throw, and it's West Bromwich Albion 1, Norwich 0. Sunderland home to West Brom on Tuesday night. Of course, we'll have full commentary of that game. We will have full commentary on Monday night of Newcastle against West Ham. So Monday Night Football live on BBC Radio Newcastle, Tuesday Night Football live on BBC Radio Newcastle, Friday Night Football live on BBC Radio Newcastle.
How you doing?
Sheffield United against Sunderland next Friday.
West Brom 1, Norwich 0.
In the centre circle now, as he tries to thread it through.
Oh dear. Right, now back to my commentary until I get things sorted. To Mienda. Mienda now, drifting away past Watmore, plays it to Rigg, tries to curl it with the outfoot of his left boot, and it's just kept in by Brian, but to Mayenda. He leaves it for 09. It takes a deflection, it cuts it to Dan Neil in front of the referee. He chests it down. He's still doing well here to thread it through to 09. He pulls it back. Oh, and the attempt by Isidore to try and drive it into the bottom corner, just put off by a defender, and he's short on the 6-yard line, and the ball eventually goes out for a throw to Sunderland. It's a great start by Sunderland, this. Absolute brilliant start by Sunderland. But what a fantastic start. Yeah, Isidore Stretch just couldn't get enough power on the ball. Arsenal 1, Nottingham Forest 0. Luke O'Neill, the throw down the right, 20 yards from the right hand corner. Cold blown lane end, trying to get the ball to Isidore. And he sees Isidore turning on the Christmas lights this week. It was mad, wasn't it? Here's Mayenda with another one. It's Isidore! And managed to get his foot through it, but saved at the near post by Lucas Jensen. What a start for Sunderland. But Isidore, what a character he is. What a character. And Jensen throws the ball now. Kicks up over the halfway line, and the wind is clearly picked up again, judging by the flags, as the free kick to Sunderland. A foul on Ballard. Edward McCormick, why not the commentary? Until I find out what's going on with copyright, you're still getting the commentary. I'm copying word for word. Here's one now with a cross deep through the penalty area. Watson does well to keep it down and control it down by the corner on the left hand side and hold off. Leonard leaves it now for Elise into the penalty area, tries to pull it back and tackle very much on the goal line, and it's a corner to Sunderland. Hi Cabbie, shout out to Chris and Jamie in the batching plant working and listening. First corner of the game, it's Sunderland's on the left. That's a huge incinerator building in between the gap, between the two stands, the Docker stands and the Coldblow Lane stand. You're still getting the commentary until now. I'm just copying exactly what the radio's doing. Anybody in the chat will be keeping you right if anybody asks what the commentary is doing. Goal coming in the 10th minute from Aaron Connolly. Rigg then from the left drives it quite hard, and it's dropped in the 6-yard box and is saved by the goalkeeper. And I don't think he knew huge about that, to be honest with you. And Isidore's down, and the referee is down to see what the problem is with Wilson Isidore. Trying to get his foot to the ball. His goalkeeper was brave. He got his body right at it. Sunderland are causing Millwall all kinds of problems. So we're talking about players that were missing. I think Jake Cooper is a huge handle for their team, without a doubt. I don't think Isidore is injured too badly. He's gone down, holding his ankle. Elesic on the bench today, absolutely. As the ball bounces through the Sunderland penalty area and out for a goal kick to Sunderland. Another train whizzes past the stadium. It's built onto an old industrial land, the stadium. 25 years old, the stadium, apparently. A new stadium. It's not really a new stadium, it's a new den. It was at one time, absolutely. As MACKEM hooks the ball down the right, bounces in front of Tanganga, it gets up to the halfway line. Dan Neil pushes on to Sean Hutchinson, plays it across the far side to Leonard, and down to Romain Essay, and the youngster, he's barely seen the ball, has he? He's born down the river in Lambeth, and the ball comes back to Ballard inside the Sunderland half, deep in the Sunderland half. He rolls it across to Chris MACKEM, and MACKEM plays it back across to Ballard, and we're just seeing the replay of the goal by Connolly. Quality goal. Hollyman going to close him down, gets it wide to 09, and now trying to get Meander away, but Brian's got in front of him and plays it back to the goalkeeper, who puts his left foot through it, but it doesn't get a lot of distance on it. Honeyman brings it down in the end for Casper Denor, and now Denor's gone in again and won it off Neil. Neil's going to try and win it back, and the Belgian manages to get back through it, trying to find Watmore. Ballard headed it away, and now Meppem's the last man, trying to just calmly tap it away to Watson on the left hand side over the halfway line, and he's brought down by George Honeyman. He wraps his left foot round Watson and brings him down. So that's going to be a free kick to Sunderland. 1-0 to Sunderland in the 21st minute. We're quarter of a way through the game almost. MACKEM here on the right in the centre circle. We're live. We are live here on the MACKEM CABBIE channel. And here's 09. Forwards to Meander. He waltzes away from two Millwall players, and a lovely ball across to Tommy Watson, who again shows lovely control, brings the ball down in front of Leonard, taking him on, and he slips Leonard. Watson in, and a save from the keeper, going down to cut out the cross. Excellent play by Tommy Watson. Excellent player. He's grown with confidence. He is grown with confidence. Yeah, he seems to have a lot of freedom, Watson. Looking good indeed. He doesn't look at all affected by the occasion. He's looking good. He's looking really good. The ball back to Jensen. He digs it out, being closed by Isidore, and Millwall play the ball out for another throw to Sunderland on the far side. Fulham 1, Wolves 0. Neil to Elise on the left, and it's won back by Essay, who's fouled and picked himself up. Free kick to Millwall now at the foot of the Dockers stand, just inside the Millwall half. Can Sunderland keep up this pressure? Can Sunderland capitalise? Can they get a second or third goal and make this possession count? Yeah. West Brom 1, Norwich 1. Leonard is going to take the free kick. Maidenhead 1, Gateshead 0. As just rolled down the right touchline to Essay. He's got Watmore ahead of him, and Essay now trying to take this on himself. Tries to cross and he does, and it's dropped out of the boot of Hutchinson with 09 on his shoulder on the goal line, and a goal kick to Sunderland in front of the two banks of Sunderland fans. Gary Bennett's asking a question. He's saying, Sunderland get a result today. Would we make changes today on Tuesday? That's one for Regis Labrie to say, says Mr. Barnes. It's a good question, that. Very good question indeed. If we did win today, would we keep the same side for the game against West Brom at home? Against West Brom when we're playing at home, I should say. As 09 is penalised for pulling Watmore left and right. Regis Labrie did say confidently that he trusted all the players that are coming in today to do a job, and because they did understand his process and is what he's trying to do. And in this opening 24 minutes, you can see that Sunderland have just done that, as the ball just wasted by Watmore on halfway, straight through to Anthony Patterson. It is radio commentary, it's me, I am just copying exactly what the commentary is saying, Alfie. So what you're getting is what the commentary is saying. It's literally exactly the same, it's just me speaking. Until I get the copyright thing sorted out, until I get word for word that I'm allowed to have the commentary on in the background. At the moment I'm copying word for word. People in the chat, my good members, will keep you right. On the right hand side now, with Honeyman on his shoulder, 09 puts it back to Ballard on the left, to centre midfield. He strides away from Coburn, finds Connolly the goal scorer. He's got Denor all over him, wins a free kick. Just inside the Sunderland half in the left midfield, a few yards inside in touch. Sunderland still leading 1-0, 25th minute. Alicia is going to take the free kick for Sunderland. Easy door now. You're welcome, Alfie. Just break for the balls, but the ball's been played back to Ballard. Now to Patterson. Just outside the D. Finds Mepham. And Mepham out wide to 09. And he hooks it over the head and lifts it over the head of Brian on the left. Inside to Tanganga. And Tanganga back to the goalkeeper. Isidore gave up the chase as the ball was kicked clear by the Dane. Preston 1, Derby 0, and then Watson trips Leonard as he looks to try and play it down the right wing. And it's Queen's Park Rangers 0, Stoke 1. So one thing about coming down on the trains is Nick Barnes sees a variety of different shirts and scarves. So Nottingham Forest, Stoke City, Arsenal. You've seen some Arsenal fans, and of course, as we got to London, more and more Millwall fans started to gather. Oxford 1, Middlesbrough 0. Free kick then for Millwall on the told now it's Maidenhead 0, Gateshead 1, and Maidenhead are down to 10 men. So the Heed's winning. Headed on by Hutchinson. Honeyman spot and the ball hooked away, knocked away, and it's offside anyway. So it's pretty direct, a free kick, but Honeyman trying to get in the end of it, missed it. Watmore, we didn't deal with that there, but it was offside. There was a little warning sign there from Millwall, but it was offside. Patterson throws the ball down to take the free kick. That's what was said about free kick, and that's where they're missing Cooper, without a shadow of a doubt. Jake Cooper, Patterson, kicked the ball out, headed on strongly down the right touchline to Coburn, but towards Coburn, but knocked out by Ballard for a throw to Millwall again. Leonard gets the ball, it's halfway inside the Sunderland half. 27th minute as the Millwall fans are starting to make a noise now. It's back to Hutchinson on halfway in on the right, and he lifts one up, floats one up towards Coburn on the edge of the area, but Mepham headed it away. Watmore trying to put it back in. Mepham again manages to put his right foot through it down the right wing. Mayenda, nice little touch to bring it down and get inside of Brian. Lovely ball down the right, reach for Isidore. Isidore's tackled by Hutchinson coming across, and it's a throw for Sunderland. Intelligent play by Mayenda. Definitely caught his ankle there, so he's just kneeling down on the touchline. Isidore caught by Hutchinson as he played the ball out. We don't need another injury, especially for Isidore, but he's back on the pitch now. Isidore, he's absolutely fine. He's fine, of course he is. So 09's going to take this throw from the right hand side. Heavy grey clouds drifting across the top of the Den. Rig now for Sunderland. Turns the ball into the penalty area. It's headed back out. Connolly trying to bring it down, but showed a little bit too much to Denor, and he is smashed it out for a touch for a throw to Sunderland down the right wing. 28th minute, just in front of Neil Harris. 432 appearances for Millwall. Neil Harris in 2 spells, and this is his effectively his 3rd spell as a manager at Millwall. One of them was a caretaker apparently, and he was 4 years in charge between 2015 and 2019, and then out of the game in terms of management a little while before he went to Cambridge United, and then back here again as Coburn tries to get on the end of it, but Patterson clears up towards the halfway line, headed on again, and Ballard gets it away. Yes, darling. It gets on down the left. Just 2 seconds. Yes, darling. What you do?
This season, he's implemented changes that seem to be working for Millwall. Well, they were until this afternoon.
What? Okay, wait there. French fries. 2 minutes. 2 minutes to get some french fries. Yeah, just have to sort my daughter out there. I'm back again. 2 seconds. And then kicks up into the halfway line. Up to Coburn, just seemed to nudge Meffin a little bit. But Ballard now, and come back to midfield to Denor. What? Fries. Luty, 4 shots on target. So I'll just put the commentary back on till I sort my daughter out again.
I'm trying to play out from the back a little bit more direct, aren't they? You know, they're able to send the forward, you know, these kicks long.
Patiently clipping their free kicks.
Yeah, you know, usually you see teams who try to play 2 centre-backs are inside the 18-yard box and try to play out. But the goalkeeper is just going sort of route 1, looking for Coburn.
Well, they're looking for Coburn, aren't they?
Yeah.
Ballard just inside the Sunderland half. Mepham a few yards to his right. Out to Mienda on the right touchline. Again, quite willing to take players on, then playing it back across to Ballard.
Showing some good touches on him.
He has. And now Ballard bringing it forwards. Out to another player who's shown some good touches. Watson flicks it on to Elise down the left. He drives it into the penalty area, and Brian puts it over the bar and behind for a corner.
I tell you, it's a great cross as well because it's got pace on.
Fizzed in. Preston 1, Derby 1. Riggs going down to take the corner again on the left. Second corner.
You see the mission. You see the mission I've got here. Excuse me. Hello, dear. Says, yeah, if anybody can just go on and tell them about the commentary. I'm literally copying word for word what Barnsley said. You're still getting Barnsley's commentary. It's just me speaking word for word. Until I get the copyright sorted, till I find out what's going on Radio Newcastle. But people in the chat will sort you out. But you're still getting 100% the same commentary. I'm just copying what Nick Barnes is saying. Honestly, it's working. So it's Fulham 1, Wolves 1, and so the corner from Rig as Mepham, as his shirt's being tugged, the ball hangs in the air, and the referee's blown a whistle, and a flag is up, and the ball must have gone out. Must have been a winner. No, it's not a copyright strike. Not a copyright strike at all. I just don't want to get a copyright strike until I write to Radio Newcastle and say, is it okay to have the commentary on in the background? But at the moment, you're still getting the commentary. I'm copying exactly what the commentators are saying. So you're still getting it exactly the same. It's just me speaking instead of Barnsley. So all the players across the far side throw a blanket over them. And Lucas Jensen then, he's 6'6", who spent last season at Lincoln City, formerly Burnley keeper, gets the ball up to Honeyman, who's given the ball away. You can tell by the Millwall fans going, ah! Wilson to Meander. Meander now into the penalty area, trying to get it in his left foot, but then he's tackled by Saville, and then Honeyman makes a block on Chris Rigg, and the ball rolls and doesn't go out. It just stays an inch or so from the touchline, and it's kicked up to the halfway line by Saville, and MACKEM pulls down Coburn, and it's a free kick to Millwall. It's like having pantomime villas at the minute. It's old-fashioned football at Millwall. It really is. Yeah, to avoid that, not worth it. Until I write to them and ask them, I want to do things properly. But you're still getting the commentary. It's a difficult skill to do, but I'm just copying everything I'm hearing through Nick Barnes. So he's looking to break between Watson and Meander. Luton 1-0 as the free kick floated up to the edge of the area, headed back across towards SA, but putting his foot through it is Chris Rigg. Headed on again by Brian down this left hand side. Watmore brings it down, trying to get in round MACKEM in the penalty area to the goal line, dinks it into the side netting, and a goal kick to Sunderland with lots of wolf whistles from the Sunderland fans. We are all over them at the moment, Angela. Yeah, avoid that, not worth it, says Matthew. Thank you, Jesus, for understanding. Goal kick, the ball is with Ballard at the left side of the 6-yard box, passes it back to Patterson, out to Neil, wide to MACKEM, gets it down the wing, but headed on by Saville to Watmore, and he went down very easily, Watmore there, and Watmore on his knees there. Rigg is protesting, says I didn't do anything. Rightly so as well, he went down too easy, did Wetmore. Listening in Krabi, Thailand, lifesaver. Thanks, Paul. Thank you. Free kick's been awarded, left hand side of midfield, Honeyman and Brian over it. But this is where we've got to be strong here. We know what they're going to do here, as the volume rises at the Den. George Honeyman now, 30 years old. George Honeyman is going to lead this for 31. George Bryan to take. He's going to take it left footed, as he's saying with his left foot. Right arm raid, Breesley, as Brian comes in, curls it into the penalty area. SA gets his head on it, and then it's turned away by Dan Neil up to the centre circle. And then Leonard managed to head it across to the left hand side here. Brian trying to find an SA, but 09 gets in front of him, heads it away. Honeyman closes him down. Isidore, he thinks it came off a Millwall player, but the referee and assistant think otherwise. It's a throw to Millwall on the left hand side. Back to Dunor, the 27-year-old. Don't foul him here. We're just creating more pressure if we keep fouling players. It's another set piece to Millwall. Millwall 0, Sunderland 1, a 36th minute. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. See if I can get 100 likes on the channel. Thank you very much indeed, folks. Brian again with his free kick on the left. One man left up in the centre circle. Brian then with his left foot curls it into the penalty area. Who looking for Coburn? And in the end it drops for Saville, and again offside. And Forfine is back across here on the right hand side now. Has the ball from Patterson and turns it away from Watson and Watmore and Honeyman, MACKEM, and back to Patterson. Honeyman well to close him down. Patterson's kick has gone straight to Leonard to halfway, turns it back towards Hutchison, and now up to SA on that far side. He flicked it on, but Connolly got a foot to it. It'll come back through to Hutchison to deal with, back to the goalkeeper. Isidore will follow it through, but Jensen's managed to play the ball out to Dunor, who's played it out wide now to Leonard. Tackled by Watson for a throw to Millwall. Luty says 1 to 13 touches in the box, we need another goal. Be there for they get a good spell going. They do, Luty. Hutchinson then across to Danganga, the former Tottenham Hotspur centre half, who's on loan here, and up towards Watmore at the edge of the Sunderland penalty area, but Ballard, another offside against Millwall here, but Ballard closed them down well there. Sunderland held the line well there. 281 watching. Don't forget, hit that thumbs up. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Oxford 1, Middlesbrough 1. Mepham plays the free kick across to Ballard. Ballard plays it back to Mepham. And then out wide to O'Nine. O'Nine cutting back into the middle and rolling it across to Ballard. Ballard now taking it on to up through the left. Thanks for the subscrew. Finds Elisa wider. He floats it down the left, but he's hoping for Watson to run onto, and it's gone back to the Millwall goalkeeper. And it's Aston Villa 1, Crystal Palace 1 in the Premier League. Solihull Moor 1, Hartlepool 1. Come on the Pools. Back with Hutchinson. Back to the goalkeeper. And Lucas Jensen again kicks up over the halfway line, looking for Coburn, who's pulled down by Mepham with a huge roar from the Millwall fans. Just tugged him on the back of his shirt, pulled him down, and the free kick pretty much in the middle of the park. The thing is, though, this is where Chris Mepham and Dan Ballard have got to do, is don't get involved in a battle. That's what he wants. That's what Coburn wants. We've got to just say, okay, if we don't win the first one, sometimes just let them flicker on. Stop this stupid shirt punnel. Up the boys, going to get me about when we win. Oh, well, hope you, it's not too cold for you there, Thomas. So Honeyman and Brian over the free kick. Sunderland's defensive haul, good 25 yards out. Back to Honeyman. Honeyman now lifting up into the air. Let it go, let it go. And Elise does let it go. And let it go. It's got a bit scrappy, the game at the moment. Nothing really much happening. It's a goal kick to Sunderland. So Patterson now, the ball on his right hand, puts it down on the 6-yard line. Centre back side to side. They are pushing on now. Patterson's going to kick this and drives it out towards the left and over Elise's head and out for a throw to Millwall. 41st minute. 5 minutes just under till half time. And they're looking for another ball, I think. Don't know what's happened to the ball that's gone out. There's a lot of waving on the far side from players. I think somebody's gone down in the stands. I think there's an incident in the stands, and I think that's what they're waving about. As I'll put the commentary back on, as my daughter wants something. Hold on. Yes, darling. I bet. What's happened?
Coming over to this near side. There's a steward and there's a group of people in the lower part of the Dockers stand, and someone is receiving treatment over on the far side of the ground. All the players coming across, as I say, to the stand here below us.
Where was the last away game we were? Was it QPR? No. We had an incident there, didn't we?
Yeah. No. Where was it? We did Luton.
No, it's recently.
That was recently. You're absolutely right. Was it Preston?
It might have been. It might have been at home.
Do you think it was at home? Was it at Sunderland?
Our last home game.
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, Coventry. Could have been in the Coventry game. There was didn't last very long, did it? But here, I mean, it was the players that got the attention of the medics and everybody here this afternoon. Both teams started waving. So someone must have shouted something to whoever was over on the far touchline. Yeah. They responded to that, and as a consequence, that has led to the medics being able to get across quickly, straight across the pitch. So we've got that stoppage at the moment. Oxford 1, Middlesbrough 2. Both sets of players having drinks and in groups down below us. Solihull Moors 1, Hartlepool 2 is the latest score as well. Still a group of people around whoever is receiving assistance in the stand on the far side. John Busby, the referee, is back over here on this near side. There's no indication of how long this is going to take. It doesn't look like it's going to be immediate, does it? Because The assistant still over on that far side, down below, or just feet away from where the medical incident, which I'm assuming that it is, has taken place. Millwall players are drifting back out onto the pitch. The referee's talking to both managers now.
Just touching on Sunderland, and you know, again we're talking about the amount of players which are missing, but you've got to say what we've seen so far. You know, Reggie Lebris is got to be happy with the way they've gone about the game.
Absolutely, and I thought they started the first 10-15 minutes. They started.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and as he mentioned before, they know the jobs.
Oh
Yeah,
dear.
as Regis Lebris says, they can all slot into his system. They've done that well this afternoon. John Busby's still having a lengthy conversation, which has just ended, between Regis Lebris and Neil Harris, who both just walk away, and Regis Lebris is briefing his coaching staff now.
Who says blokes can't multitask?
West Bromwich Albion 1-2, and looking across to that stand, I
So
can see yellow jacketed stewards.
there's something going on in the crowd here.
People where that incident has happened. Now the two captains have been called to John Busby
something's going
the
on.
halfway line.
I think he's just explaining to the captains what's happening there. He's mostly saying we can't restart the game until they actually deal with that incident.
So there's been an incident in the
Of course,
crowd,
medical
Yeah.
staff
and the
over
medical
there,
staff are over there, of course.
here.
So
Now it's
we're going to
okay,
have to
stand next to us.
wait until they find out what this medical emergency is.
It's West Brom 2, Norwich 2, by the way, but everyone's standing up to our left. And there was a bit of yelling going on, and there's clearly something happening over here as well. And Luke O'Neill is now pointing up to the stand.
It does seem to happen a lot.
Down below us here, and he's
Like I said, bear with me on my commentary.
pointing at the stand
Yes.
up to our left, where other people are now pointing.
Shush,
We
Luty.
seem to have another incident here this afternoon, with an
Yes, Pet.
ongoing incident on the far
What,
side
darling?
as well.
You want it off?
Oxford 1, Middlesbrough 3 in the meantime. Well, the referee
taking them off.
is taking them off again, taking the players off again.
Go off.
So now George Saville is pointing up to the stand away to our left as well.
There must be another incident going on.
So all the players are actually heading off the pitch altogether. They're going to the dressing rooms. Here we go. You heard that? Due to a medical emergency, the players are now leaving the pitch.
West Brom 3.
It's all going on. Well, what happens now?
Sorry, I'm just backwards and forwards saying to my daughter, I'm 6s and 7s, what's going on here?
5 minutes of the first half.
Dad just being a dad. Like I say, no other YouTube channel does this. I'm trying to triple task here, but I'm loving it. And that's all for you guys.
We have to wait and see if there are any further announcements now as to what's going to happen. A lot of people are leaving and adding, assuming this is effectively a half-time break, but I'm not quite sure how that's going to work, because if they come back out and play 5 minutes,
they've got
they
to play
then
5
still
minutes.
have to have
Half-time.
half-time on top of that.
Yeah,
don't
absolutely.
they?
Half time, of course we do. Thanks for the 3 subscribers there, thank you.
Medical staff
Borough now 3-1 up. Borough are going great
Is it
guns.
a medical emergency, I wonder, to our left, because there's still a lot of people standing up and looking across
think
to
it
the
is,
corner.
Nick.
So I suspect it is another medical
I
emergency.
think it is another
And
medical.
So we've
are
got
they
2
now
medical
stretched in
emergencies
terms
now
of medical teams?
in the
No,
ground.
there's a lot of people looking.
Not looking good here if they've took the
They're
players off and the
people
medical staff screaming for more help.
Well, the thing is, Nick, you know, we go back to obviously COVID, and we go back to incidents which are happening at football grounds now, and it's
Yeah, a lot of people saying about these
a
injections.
regular thing, isn't it? Really.
Since people have been injected with this and that.
One of the issues is over protocols in terms of the number of medical staff. So if, in this instance, as this became clear down below us before, the Millwall medical team are over on the far side.
Right.
There's now been what we assume is another medical emergency. I'm saying this is an assumption, I'm not saying this is what's happened. Presumably, they either have other medical staff at the ground, or do Sunderland's medical team have to become
have they
involved
trained in first aid?
or, as you
Are they
say,
trained?
are the stewards trained in first aid? And do we know, and we don't know, the extent of that medical emergencies.
Oh dear.
There's
You know, my daughter Summer, she's got Down syndrome, bless her.
sort of around-
I'm not going to say bless her because she's just an orbit bear. I'm say bless her. She's got Down syndrome and she's autistic, but she's bright as a button, and she goes to mainstream school,
applauding someone
but she does require
in
a lot of TLC, which I love giving her TLC.
How
Love
many
it a
medical
bit.
teams do you need?
So-
Is that going to
I don't
go
know
on?
what- I
Is
don't know
that
what
going to
they-
That's
go on
why I'm up and
grounds
down.
now? Because
She needs a
like you
hand.
said, you've got one,
Obviously,
maybe
preparing her food for her,
maybe
cooking her food.
one's not
She's
enough.
Summer
You've
is
got obviously
14-year-old, but
trained,
she's
but
bright
to what
as a
extent?
button.
Especially when
Nothing
now
wrong
when
with
you
her
think you've
health-wise.
got maybe-
She's the boss.
well, you
Love it
assume
a bit.
might be 2 incidents,
And that's why
but you've
it's
only got one team.
Well, I suppose
difficult for me
this is
sometimes when
happened.
I'm alone with the
I've
kids
never been in
to do the
a
commentary
where there's been
and
two incidents
everything
like
at
this
once,
within
but I
minutes of
love
each
doing
other.
it. I love
The
doing
players
it.
have been taken off the pitch, which they clearly have been because of the second incident. They were going to go back on, and then the second incident occurred, and the referee's now taken off the players. So that must, I'm assuming, because of that, that must be a medical incident, as was the first incident.
Yeah, well,
So
this is where it doesn't matter about the match. We just hope that
the Millwall
whoever it
stands,
is in the stand is
it's
all
not
okay.
At about the same time as well.
and exactly around the same time, which is extraordinary.
Isn't it?
We can only hope that whoever's involved are okay, but there's still been no further announcement as to what is going to happen.
Thank you, David Jackson. Thank you very much. It's difficult, but I love doing it. I love doing it. Like I say, all the other YouTubers, they haven't got kids or they don't have that to deal with. You know what I mean? They can. It's difficult, but I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it. I need an au pair, says Cabby. Your daughter Summer wouldn't have any other one looking after her apart from myself. She's a daddy's girl.
Well,
ALS says, you look after us from it. We appreciate your dedication to family and the MACKEM community. I think they're saying match called off. Don't know.
And that means the arrival also of extra medical help. I don't know. I do know.
It's very, very
that,
quiet at the den at the
for
minute, though. I know
instance,
that
at the
much.
Stadium of Light, when there's a game on, with crowds of 35 to 40,000, the
Thanks for the other
stewarding,
subscribers.
medical side of it, it's
Like I say, we
extensive,
just want to hope that everything's
it's
okay.
It's well thought out. It's planned. You know, it's not just done on a whim.
Let's just
This
hope
very
everything is
serious
alright
stuff.
back at
I
the
think
stands.
One assumes that is the case here as well. I think by the
Flashcore says half-time.
rapid response, one has
Think
to
they
say,
say match called off. I don't think that anything's been said yet, Ken.
as we now get applause because the medical staff are leaving the stand on the far side.
No, I
of
don't
the
think it's called
stand
off.
And heading back
I
across.
think the players have just gone
towards
off
us
as a
here,
mark of respect,
and
which
they're
is the
being
right thing to do.
There's 6 of them. So, touch wood, fingers crossed. Whoever was needing treatment on the far side is fine. One would hope so, but I think
Jack Reed 1-0 Sunderland. Gordon Seamus of Sky is stating it is an early finish half time. Thank you, Jack Carter. Thank you.
in between the two stands there's a gateway, which is the gate's just being opened, access, but the Millwall staff, medical staff now are back on this near side. I can see Zach Johnson's looking.
And there's a
back
deadly
up
there's a deadly
way
silence
to our left.
in the
Everyone
den
looking
at the moment, which is understandable.
bemusedly at the end.
It's the unknowing, isn't it?
It's the unknown, isn't it?
Yeah.
A couple of the Sunderland substitutes are just loitering around the dugout, and Millwall staff looking back up again at this stand here as well.
Thanks for all your
Might be
support,
the
guys.
situation Here on this side still. I will say there's still stewards over on the far side in that little group.
So they're going to call this half time then? Are they going to call an early half time and then just play extra minutes into the second
We're
half?
now just waiting to see if there's going to be an announcement, or B, I don't know what the protocol is again.
Michael Taylor, great commentary. Cabby, thanks from Brasilia. You're welcome, Michael Taylor. Thanks very much, mate.
Does half time get reduced?
No.
It still has to be 15
Yeah,
minutes?
you know, again, it's going to put maybe another half an hour on the time.
Like I said, all that matters at the moment is that fans are okay. Whoever it may be.
So we are in an impasse at the moment. It's going to catch a lot of people out if they come back out to play.
South Shields are 4-0 up at half time, Angela. Good scoreline for South Shields.
There, what would they have imagined to be half time? A lot of people left actually before the incident took place, and they're probably only just finding out that it's not half time at all, and they're waiting for the players to come out and finish the first half before they go for half time.
Yum, yum,
I
yum.
think we've got to stress that to
Are we doing you okay?
as well, Nick.
Yeah.
People would be possibly wondering what's going
How's-
on.
This
how's
is
Carlisle
not half
doing?
time yet. We're still waiting for the final 5 minutes of the first half
What's the score?
to be played, and
Arsenal, there's made a medical emergency at the Millwall game. The game's been sort of temporarily put on stop at the moment.
and that's applicable to
Aye, so I will tune in your channel because I'm looking after summer as well. Susan's gone out, so I'm here, there and everywhere at the minute, super busy. But yeah, there's been a medical emergency at the Den and there's been no play for the last 10 minutes. 2 medical emergencies at Millwall.
Some stewards, some Millwall staff walking back down along the touchline here.
Okay, he was alright.
Sunderland's substitutes just hanging around in their overcoats.
No fans, I think there's some supporters in the stands, mate.
They've got
Anyway, I'll give you a tinkle of full time.
positioned on each corner, one on each corner.
Yeah, I'll have a look in, I'll have a pop in.
So,
What we-
just to put you in the picture, we were 5 minutes from half time. Sunderland leading 1-0. All the players were over on the far side.
Come up my screen half time now, says match
And they
delayed.
were,
Yeah, but we don't know whether it's going to
towards this
continue or
stand.
not, but
And
we
it
don't
became
know.
clear there was an incident in the stand, which has become clear as well was a medical incident. So the Millwall medical staff went across to the far side. They were treating the persons in that stand, so the players came off to this near side. When they came off to this near side, they were about to go back on again after 4 or 5 minutes when another incident has taken place in this main stand, and the players have now been taken off by John Busby, the referee, and that is the situation we're in now. The players are still in the dressing rooms. There's been no indication since an announcement that said it was due to a medical emergency that the players were taken off the pitch, and so we're now waiting to find out when play is going to resume to end the first half. We will then have another 15 minutes presumably for half time, and this is clearly putting a lot of time on to the what time the end of the game will be as well.
So I don't even know if it's been
The
officially
implications
announced as
for the
half
players,
time
the
yet.
result and everything, it's when you put into perspective it's
It's
someone's
like
medical issue. You know, you just got to that is much more important than a game of football. So we're still in that situation, waiting to find out what's going to happen. Aaron Connolly had given
Yeah, I
Sunderland
was so
the
pleased that Aaron Connolly
after 10
put his
minutes.
goal.
It was a
Good finish.
free kick.
Great finish
It
that
was
by
cleared,
Connolly.
from the edge of the 6-yard box. It headed back across the 6-yard line. Millwall cleared it out to Connolly, who was 22 yards out, and he smashed it into
81
the
likes,
corner.
thank you
Now,
very much, folks.
there's a supporter being stretchered, being carried. He's on a stretcher. He's being taken away down the side of the pitch on the far side now, and those that are left in the stadium applauding his departure. And what is gratifying is he's sitting up.
Sitting up, that's right.
That's good.
He appears to be, well, so that's another announcement saying
Excellent.
we'll be back with you as soon as we can.
Thank you, David Minto.
That
Thanks,
particular
mate.
incident over in the Dockers stand, he is being wheeled out now on a stretcher, but he is sitting up, and he's being taken down, as you rightly said, to those gates.
Oh, that is good
behind
news.
which we
Sitting up.
assume there is an ambulance. In fact, no, it's not those gates. He's being taken right round to this near corner to us on the right-hand side, and the Millwall fans at that end, Cold Low Lane end, are
Well, as Gary Bennett mentioned, ever since COVID and these jabs have been issued out, the amount of medical emergencies we've seen at these stadiums. Has he got a point, Gary?
The Sunderland substitutes still looking back up at the corner away to our left, but there doesn't seem
Angela
to be
Coleman,
any
there's a medical emergency in the
up there now.
stands, and so the players have been taken off the pitch.
As
Millwall's Ryan Leonard went
calls
over to
for
take a
the
throw in
medical team
and
as they head round the pitch
beckoned for
on the
assistance immediately.
far side to our right-hand side. I'm looking down at the end of the tunnel again. No indication as yet of anybody coming out to resume the game.
It's mad, Thomas.
And someone that has sent me a message about the 22 starting players on the pitch today.
Chris Gore says just give us the 3 points if they're okay. I don't think so.
Starting players on the pitch today are Sunderland Academy products.
Yes.
An interesting
28%.
28% of the 22 players. So
That's
because Josh Coburn, George Honeyman and Duncan Watmore, obviously all 3 of them are products of the Sunderland Academy. A third of the players on the pitch today through the Sunderland Academy. That's just a by the by. Thank you, Brad, for that stat.
Well done, Millwall. Respect.
So
Not like Ireland booing England every time we play them, insulting. I know. Thomas says happening to players as well, isn't it? Meant to be healthy and just keeping it keeling over.
Lost track of.
Yeah, it's been 15 minutes this break, hasn't
It's
it?
nearly 4 o'clock now, and we were heading towards we were 5 minutes from half time. So
I mean, is it half time? But nobody's actually said anything.
Yeah.
So this game, it's going to finish at least 20 past 5, if not later, because we're still waiting for the players to come out and finish the last 5 minutes of the first half. So this game could well end closer to 5:30 than.
Ben will be sacked for anti-vax.
5 to 5.
Glad I never had any of them, says Chris Gore.
On a normal afternoon, but reiterating, this is because of what appears to be 2 medical incidents happening pretty much instantaneously.
I mean, of course, it might not be nothing to do with COVID. It could just be that
here at the Den this afternoon,
we're getting
John
better
Busby, the referee,
at helping these people who's in need of any medical emergencies.
And they are currently in the dressing room, and everyone currently waiting for either a further announcement or someone to come out and say, yep, we're going to restart imminently, or what? I mean, it's unknown territory, isn't it?
I mean, it's going to be a lot easier to spot in all the seated stadiums, isn't it?
Know what he's going to do.
Than terracing
In all
back in the
years
80s.
I've
If
been
anything
commentating,
happened,
I've
it's
never
difficult to spot, isn't it?
known
It's
games
more
stopped
crammed.
because of floodlight failures and the like, but I've never known
He'll be ringing the FA up,
anything like this.
asking what do I do.
I'm yeah, well, can be thankful that the person
He's
who
got to play out
was
the
receiving
remaining
treatment
5 minutes.
there
He's got to
was
play out
okay.
the remaining 5 minutes.
Well, they have to, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be interesting if it happened in the second half and there was 5 minutes to go, what the situation would have been then. But certainly with 45 minutes to go, and just watching Zach Johnson and the substitutes down here again, they walked out on the pitch and they're looking back up again, away to our left. It was making me think that is there still something happening down? Is someone getting treatment? Yeah,
there was an incident.
Is someone still receiving treatment?
I had to have COVID jabs for work and never been right since. No way I'm having any more, says Rick Hall. I've had 2 COVID jabs as well, a long time ago.
I'm erring on the side of thinking that there is still something happening in terms of someone receiving treatment down there.
But like I say,
well,
it might be nothing to do with COVID at all.
Standing around, there's 4 of them.
David Darling?
Interestingly enough, it's 4 of the academy lads. John Anderson, Harrison Jones, Ben Middle, and Zach Johnson are the 4 that are stood in just having a chat down on the touchline down below us here. Still see a few people arching their necks, stretching to try and see what's happening down away to our left-hand side, as we still await John Busby, at least, who I assume the first person to be out of the dressing rooms will be John Busby, the referee, to get things going again here. Everyone's been very patient.
They have indeed, yes.
But you were right about COVID changed things, didn't it? Because it was post-COVID then, whenever there was an incident in the stands, games.
That's why you ball, Cabbie. No, it's just stress supporting this lot.
An edict from the Football League that was
Back in the day, says Gordon, they would have just rolled him down over the standing crowd from back to front. Angela blames Liz Trust, and Kenneth Brown says, OK, Cabbie, I had a COVID jab last year and had palpitations for 6 months. It was rolled out very quick, wasn't it, that the jabs?
Medical treatment on the far side, and then, interestingly enough, it was Millwall medical staff that went across and treated them.
Yeah.
And not independent medical staff.
There's 2 incidents, Nick.
Yeah, well, that's what's...
So the longer this stays delayed, does this mean the game's going to get called off?
At the Stadium of Life, you know, before a game.
It's quite a big delay that, and yet Sunderland we've still got to come out and play 5 minutes of
independent of the football club.
Right.
the remainder of the first half.
I'm not sure because it was Millwall. They were all wearing Millwall jerseys.
Andy Bet, first time on this. I hope I haven't jinxed it. Glad they're sitting up, and well done to the player for alerting the medics. Absolutely, Andy, mate. Welcome along. Welcome along. Stephen Lane, in the football rules, if both teams agree, they can play the extra time in the second half, and with the agreement with the referee, which I suppose is fair enough if they both agree to it.
The Sunderland end. And that is highlighting the fact that it's pouring with rain now as well. We had every type of weather thrown at us today.
Started a snowstorm this morning.
Snow, wind, rain now, and it's getting dark, of course.
Andy Bet, great job. Tune in, love it. We'll always be tuning in from now on. You're welcome, Andy. If anybody's new, like I say, just hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. Thank you.
There you go. That's confirmation there is another medical incident. That if you couldn't quite hear that, they're saying the medical teams continue to work on that medical incident. So there is clearly that other incident which we...
Yeah, it's not looking good, Thomas, is it?
Is the one away to our left in this main stand here at the Den. The one in the Docker stand has been dealt with, and that particular patient has been taken away, gratefully sitting up on a stretcher and wheeled out to an ambulance just outside the stadium, away down to our
284 people,
side.
welcome along.
But it's now nearly 4:05, so it's been a 25-minute stoppage since the players were taken off 5 minutes before the end of the first.
And of course, what you have to think of as well is the players are starting to cool down now.
Refreshments.
And this is where you're going to get injuries if they have too long without playing.
For another break for half time this afternoon in what is unquestionably an unprecedented situation. Going back, you know, it reminds me that the Brown and Mundle injuries in the Coventry. What were the chances both players would get injured in the same incident?
Yeah.
Which has led to both of them being out for a couple of months.
I can't see this game going ahead.
The edge of the pitch here.
I really can't.
Down towards the corner on the left here. The incident was, by the looks of things, in the upper section of this main stand, and still a lot of people just standing around looking and waiting.
Don't know, Julian.
There's a fan sat just in front of us.
So if the game gets called off and it's to be replayed again, does that mean
to us a few minutes ago and said he's a Sunderland fan,
the score gets totally wiped off and we're starting again? Is that how it works? It must be.
How long before the referee will have to make a decision?
Well, I wonder if that's why he's had that conversation with Reggie Slabreese and Neil Harris.
You know, will he be on to the FA now and say, how long do you give it? Do you say an hour?
Surely they will agree to a 50-minute second half. Anyone go to the away game at Grimsby many years ago when it was called off for bad weather?
I assume that both managers would want to get the game played and done, wouldn't they? Would you not? Neil Harris,
yes, definitely.
Even though his side are trailing 1-0, it's 50 minutes of the game still left. It might be different if it was 4-0.
Can't be called off if Sunderland are losing. I will just collapse and get it called off. Can't be called off if Sunderland are losing. I will just collapse and get it called off. What's happening? Just joined. There's been a medical emergency, Mr. Naido. There's two medical emergencies at the Den involving supporters. One was sitting up after medical help and was stretchered off, but was looking good because he was sitting up. But we still don't know what's happening. They're still applying a medical attention to this other supporter, which nobody knows what's going on.
Again, we don't know the state of affairs of the person that's being treated away.
This happened in Betis Seville 2 years ago. I think they will play the minutes left with the same score, says Julian.
Not been here before.
Yeah. It just puts a different spin on the game now, doesn't it? You know, you look at, and football for me is second at this present moment.
Yes,
you know, and you're thinking, you know,
you're welcome, Mr. Naido, mate. You're welcome.
Game again. I know we're winning 1-0, but when you've got two incidents, which has happened.
Do you know, this morning and last night, the last thing that crossed my mind is anything like this. We were thinking about the day in stages. Would we get from Durham to London? Because the weather was so bad in Durham, it was like thick snow, and it was.
Should never have started that game, Dougie. It was obvious.
We get to London, and then you think, right, the next stage is to get from
303 people tuning in. Hello, welcome everybody. How are you doing?
Right, all right, here in one piece.
I know,
And we're
but
thinking,
then we was
what's the weather going to do then? And now this
and we
is,
was
this
thinking,
is
will
beyond.
we survive in the den?
Well, all that conversation we had with Rob
Yeah,
Mason bringing up meat cleavers and everything,
Meat cleavers,
which
exactly.
is certainly an eye-opener.
Yeah.
And now we're in this situation, which we've never been in before, completely unprecedented. Nobody knows what's going to happen. The players have been in the dressing room for getting on for half an hour. A lot of people have been on the concourses and drinking the place dry of Bovril and coffee. Other meat products are probably available. And we're still... All we know is that the announcement's been made that they're still working on the second medical emergency, which absolutely bizarrely occurred almost instantaneously to the first one, and I don't know what the chances of that would be on a normal afternoon. A reminder that there may be a phone in after the game today,
Maybe.
but the chances of that are beginning to
of
look a
that
little
is
slim,
I
Is
don't
that-
think so.
I have to say.
Back in a
but
sec.
There will be a phone in, of course, on Monday,
Yes.
because Total Sport
Yes, darling.
afternoon, 6 o'clock. So that is building up to the game we have on Monday night,
But like,
Newcastle against West Ham. Full commentary of that. Now there's applause away to our left, which sort of suggests that someone has been treated successfully and is probably being taken out of the stadium. But the substitutes down below, so there's a reaction from them as well. So Total Sport then back on Monday. Scott Ainsley, the fitness coach, has come out and is laying cones out, which suggests the players are going to come out shortly. They will do a warm-up, and this is looking like they're going to come out soon and restart the game. That looks to be the what is going to happen shortly. Then on Tuesday night we've got another live game, of course. There we go. There's the announcement. The players will shortly be returning to the pitch, and they will then play. Here comes Jensen. Here come the Millwall players, and we will get the last 5 minutes of the first half very shortly. And we've seen a delay of at least half an hour. Plus now we're going to get the players going to have to go warm up as Dan Neil leads out Sunderland for the Sunderland warm up, and play will resume with probably 2/3 of the stadium inside the concourses thinking they were getting a break, and they will get another one shortly as the last of the Sunderland players, Mienda, comes out. Patterson's just standing on the touchline at the moment as the outfield players do their warm-up. The Millwall players are running backwards and forwards across the pitch and warming up. Sunderland in their red and white stripes, Millwall in their dark navy with white. Well, the top half of their shirts is dark navy, the bottom half is white with a couple of blue bands around them. It's now Oxford 1, Middlesbrough 4 in the games that are now starting their second halves, of course, and Bournemouth 0, Brighton 2 in the Premier League. All these games, of course, into their second halves. Sunderland still have 5 minutes of their first half to play. They lead by 1-0. Aaron Connolly, the goal scorer.
So guys, what is the update? If anybody can tell me, I've just seen my daughter there. She's getting to my screen.
Wait the referee to come out and get the game started again. I don't know how long they're going to give it for the warm-up.
Oh, we're getting the game started again, yeah?
Get the legs going
Get
again.
them all going again. Couple of
4-1 to
coaches
Borough.
come out,
Borough are
the
going really,
balls.
really well.
Alessandro Batterini, the goalkeeping coach, has come out. They're going to warm Patterson up now as well. So I think we're going to get a couple of minutes. Patterson just applauding the Sunderland fans away to our left. And on the big screen, you can see the rain is actually falling quite heavily. That's another factor, because it won't be warm out there, so you can see why it's necessary to
Warming up, yeah.
vigorously.
Does anybody know what's happened to the supporter? Is the supporter okay?
First half, I was in point of telling you that, of course, Total Sport on Tuesday
Warming up,
night will come
Looty.
from the Stadium of Light, where Sunderland host West Bromwich Albion on Tuesday. Then they're away at Sheffield United on Friday night. Sheffield United, who drew 2-2 at Coventry this lunchtime.
There's a back on the pitch,
Akmakatic.
says Fernie.
I can spell it out for you, but I can't say it. He got sent off. So thankfully, we won't have to repeat his name.
Have we had any word on that supporter? Does anybody know?
I can't see that Sheffield United are going to appeal the incident, because basically
I'm presuming the supporters
he pushed,
not bad if we're making a restart.
United player, and in that push, he had one hand around the player's neck. So that didn't really help his cause. John Busby, the referee, has come out now with his 2 assistants.
Gordon Seamer supporter taken away a conscious. That's the best news of the night. Fantastic.
Arsenal 2,
Kenneth says, I had a bad turn at the ground, Cabbie. Have you seen the prices for a pie?
Now the players are back out, it's dark.
Aye, I don't bother with them.
The time that we've had to wait because of these medical incidents. Solihull Moors 2, Hartlepool 2 is a latest score as well, as the players now I think are starting to come together for the resumption, and the coach is having to get the balls off the pitch.
Is it a drop ball?
Good question.
Can the referee remember?
I can't. You're right though. It would have to be a top ball, won't it?
The ball did go out.
The ball did go out. It'd be a throw, won't it, for Millwall on the far side?
It went into the stand, didn't it?
Yeah. And the announcer said for the final 5 minutes of the first half. But I mean, I don't know if anybody accurately made a note of the time that the game.
Come on, lads,
stopped,
back to the grind.
Roughly 5 minutes, and we're about to get that 5 minutes. Then the referee has to decide how much time is going to get added on at the end of the first half. 5 minutes. So what they've judged is there's going to be 5 minutes of play, and assumingly,
goodness knows, Jack,
there will be no
extra time,
injury time on that time. Fulham 1, Wolves 2. So the game about to get underway with a throw for Millwall, and it's Maidenhead 0, Gateshead 3. And here's the throw from Leonard down the right side. SA is beaten to it by Ballard, and it's another throw to Millwall, halfway inside the Sunderland half.
It's a long throw.
You're right, I think it's going to be a long throw, and I wonder what Neil Harris has been saying to his team in that half-an-hour break, and I wonder what Regis Lebris has been saying to Sunderland. The throw then in towards, well, they're looking for Coburn and Saville, but the ball out behind for
thanks for the subscriber there, thank you.
It's come off one of their players, in which the Sunderland players are around the referee arguing the case. He's not going to change his mind. He's given Millwall the corner, and so Leonard, nope, it's Bryan. Joe Bryan has gone over to the right side to take this first Millwall corner.
Yeah, the crowd and the goalkeeper crowding Patterson.
They're right all around Patterson. There's a lot of bodies in the 6-yard box. Sunderland leading 1-0, remember, and Millwall now their first corner. It's curled in towards the near post, and the whistle's blown. Free kick. I think the referee's.
Let's go, lads. Hope whoever it was as well, but let's not get in our way of a win. Both supporters have been dealt with, I think, of in an ambulance. Well, that's good, Tim.
The 5 minutes that we're having a selfie taken here, and this is by the undercover Sunderland fan in the director's box in front of us.
Said he couldn't wear his colours.
He's no longer undercover. He's blown that. We're in the second minute of the 5. Patterson about to take this free kick, but on the 6-yard line.
Contour 24 hours in A&E.
It's over him and Hutchinson, and then the offside flag is up as Tanganga tried to clear. He's got it away quickly. SA and Elise slides in, and he nearly kept the ball in, but it just rolled over the touchline. Romain Esse has got something to say for himself. He's not happy. Gillingham 1, Harrogate 1.
You know what's going to happen now? Another
long throw coming in from the far side.
So we're still going to have half time by the looks of things as well then.
At the 5, Millwall 0, Sunderland 1. As everybody in the Sunderland penalty area pretty much, but it's come to SA, knocked away by Watson. Another throw for Millwall on the far side, halfway inside the Sunderland half, and just going back to the 2 incidents that caused the half-hour delay. We just hope that both people involved are okay, and we'll get the impression they probably are, as Elise heads this ball.
I don't know, Thomas, not too sure, mate.
Going to put it down the right again to SA. closed down by Connolly and Watson, but put in the penalty area from the right, but cleared by Elise. Out again for another Millwall throw, some 20 yards from the corner, quickly down to Essay, pushed down to Leonard on the right, tried to cross, came off the back of Dan Neal, out into midfield to George Honeyman. He's blocked by Chris Rigg, but Honeyman gets his head on it, and then there's well, Ballard was all over Watmore. Watmore's on the floor.
Get up, Watmore, man.
I'm not quite sure how Ballard got away with that, but he did, and the ball has broken up into the...
It's all Millwall.
And Brian
all Millwall.
Away, and they're looking for Coburn, who's on the shoulder of Ballard, who's trying to get on the... well, he's tugging Coburn's shirt, and the referee says goal kick.
Excellent defending.
Millwall fans are going...
Well done. Well done indeed.
Excellent defending.
A minute left of the 5, and well, the Sunderland fans enjoyed that behind Anthony Patterson's goal, and Patterson's just strolling
100 likes, thank you very much. We've reached 100 likes. Thank you indeed.
The players heading towards this side of the...
And thanks for the extra subscriber as well.
They've spent quite a lot of time in the dressing rooms. I don't suppose they're that eager to get back down there, but they're not far away from half time, which will come in 40 seconds or so time at around 4:20 as the ball drops for Denor. He puts the ball out. It's a throw to Sunderland on the right, some 15 yards down from Regis Lebris. Millwall 0, Sunderland 1. O'Nien dries the ball off. The rain seems to have eased.
Yeah, 325 watching, thank you.
And O'Nien with the throw, and we've played the 5 minutes just about. 10-15 seconds left. The ball's gone out again. The throw this time to Millwall.
He's knocked it out.
And I think there's no appeal from Isidore that it should have been a Sunderland throw. And now there goes the half time.
And there's the half-time whistle.
You and I have been talking enough. Half time.
Hope Millwall paid a little bill for the floodlights, says Angela.
0, Sunderland 1.
You deserve a copper.
Matt Bailey at breakfast.
This morning I'm wearing a long...
So there we go, that's the... officially it's half time. Yes, darling? Good girl, pet. You finished, darling? You finished, pet?
I'll see you on Monday morning, and I've got tickets to give away
for
Newcastle United.
Of course, you just have to see.
Go, Dad.
Your smart speaker
Of course.
to play
Dad.
BBC Radio
Of
Newcastle.
course.
Total Sport Northeast.
BBC Radio Newcastle.
And so then, eventually at half-time, it is Millwall 0,
Oh,
Sunderland 1.
big one, big one, big one.
Who've done an extraordinary job of filling that gap on the radio. Very shortly for full commentary of the second half, and as they have said many times, we also here hope that the two people involved in those incidents are okay. Lots more football going on, of course, across the afternoon. We will come to our non-league featured non-league game of the day in the moment. Obviously, all of these games that I'm about to go through are a good 15-20 minutes into the second half. We start in the Premier League where Brighton with 2-0 away from home. João Pedro and Calvin Mitoma with Brighton goals. Brighton are now down to 10 men as well. Arsenal are 2-0 up on Nottingham Forest. Bukayo Saka in the first half, Thomas Partey in the second. Crystal Palace have 2-1 up away at Aston Villa. Ismail Assar had given them the lead after 4 minutes, Crystal Palace. Ollie Watkins equalised for Aston Villa, but then Devaney on the stroke of half-time. So Aston Villa 1, Crystal Palace 2. Everton 0, Brentford 0, but Brentford have been down to 10 men. Christian Nørgaard sent off after just 40 minutes of that game. Wolves are 2-1 up away at Fulham. Mateus Cunha and João Gomez after Alex Iwobi had given Fulham the lead. The 5:30 game in the Premier League is Manchester City against Spurs.
Total Sport Northeast.
On the station with Newcastle and Sunderland commentary exclusively live.
BBC Radio Newcastle.
Into the Championship, there were 3 lunchtime games. Burnley won 1-0 at Bristol City. Coventry 2, Sheffield United 2 means that Sunderland will go back top of the table if they hold on for victory in the second half today, because Sheffield United dropped points. Sheffield Wednesday 1, Cardiff City 1 was the other of the early games. Blackburn against Portsmouth that should have kicked off at 3 o'clock and postponed because of the weather. In the games that did kick off at 3 o'clock then, it is Luton 1, Hull have the Sam Greenwood, formerly of Sunderland, scored Preston's goals. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Stoke City 1 as well. And West Bromwich Albion 2, Norwich City 2. Josh Matcher, one of West Bromwich Albion's goal scorers.
Total Sport Northeast. The Newcastle and Sunderland AFC podcast.
On BBC Sounds.
BBC Radio Newcastle.
Into League 2, a couple of early games that have finished as well. Bolton beat Blackpool 2-1 and Shrewsbury beat Birmingham City by 3 goals to 2. Gareth Ainsworth's first game in charge of Shrewsbury going very well. Stevenage 0, Leyton Orient 0, the other game that kicked off earlier on today. Of the ones that kicked off at 3 o'clock then, Wigan lead 1-0 at Barnsley, 3-0 Asgard with their goal. Stockport County 3-0 up at Burton Albion, Louis Barry with 2 of those 3. Crawley 1, managed by Rob Elliott of course. Crawley 1, Rotherham United 0. Huddersfield 1, Charlton Athletic 1, but Charlton 4 minutes after scoring the equaliser had a man sent off, but they are still drawing as it stands. Wickham are 2-0 up away at 2-1 up away at Lincoln City. Richard Coney and Fred Onyedinma after Darico had opened the scoring for Lincoln. Bristol Rovers went 1-0 away at Mansfield. It's goalless between Northampton and Cambridge United. Reading are 2-0 up United thanks to Harvey Nibbs who scored both of those, and it's Wrexham 2, Exeter City 0.
Total Sport Northeast. BBC Radio Newcastle.
Into League 2 then, 2 early games there as well.
Oh. Jerry Little do well, alright. Stuart, don't forget your commentary. Of course I don't. Anybody is aware that I am doing the commentary yourself, not having the radio on in the background. The only time I'll have the radio on is if I've got to dash out to see my daughter. And I'm going to be writing to the Radio Newcastle to find out whether I'm allowed to have the radio on in the background or not. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be literally copying word for word what Nick Barnes and that is saying. So you're going to still get the 100% of the commentary. It's going to be exactly the same. It's just me speaking instead of Nick Barnes. So that's what I'll be doing. Russell Clark from Thailand cab, changed from Croydon, absolutely. It's actually just gone half time, Paul. There's been a delay because of 2 medical emergencies in the crowd. Hi, darling.
Whoa. Whoa.
Who's that? Proper dark now, so effectively this is nearly a night game. No, it's not going to get postponed. I believe the supporters that weren't well conscious, and we're just going to be playing the second half, and it's just going to be a later finish.
Tried to square it. Managed to clear it. Gibson's had a great shot. It's been blocked. Back out to number 17 for Doncaster. That's what I mean. Gibson's a good player. I'll see what you want about Gibson. He almost got an assist. You should be able to answer this audience. No, absolutely. John Mellish fan club.
Yeah, the FA Cup second round next week, which means the FA Cup draw for the third round will be made as well. Who will Sunderland get in round 3? Newcastle at home again. I think we'll give them a better game if it did. How long is it suspended for? It was off for about nearly half an hour, the Matrix. So they came back out and they played the 5 minutes of the remaining of the first half, and then they went back in to have their proper half time, and they will be back out to be playing on the normal second half, providing there is no more medical emergencies in the ground, of course. But the main thing is that the fans seem to be okay. So we've got some Premier League scores here. Full times: Leicester 1, Chelsea 2, Arsenal 2, Forest 0. Aston Villa are going through a bad run of form. They're losing at home against Crystal Palace, who are bottom end of the table. They're losing 2-1 to Palace. It's Bournemouth 0, Brighton 1, Everton 0, Brentford 0, Fulham 0, struggling Wolves 2, and then we have an evening kick-off: Manchester City against Tottenham Hotspur, who they're hoping to bounce back from their 1-0 home defeat against Ipswich. Bovril will warm them up, says Ed. Andy Betts says, always sum up with us like working in Birkenhead, and me flat is literally facing Tranmere's ground. Was at the game today when they brought the extra player on. Can you remember that? Yeah, I do remember that, absolutely. And Tranmere's got a stand as well called the Cowsheds, and a lot of people think I'm joking when I say that, but no. So Aston Villa's having a torrid time at the minute. Stephen Lynn, Mackem Cabby man, you know when I say to you 24/7, my man, I didn't realise what you go through. You're a star. Thanks for everything you do. No, you're welcome. Like I say, it's just being a dad. And when our summer shouts she wants something, I have to obviously go and see if she's alright, which majority of the time, of course she is, she's fine. And I'm just being a dad who loves my daughter to the end of the universe and then more. And back. So there we go. And none of the other YouTubers have to do that. Their kids have either grown up and left the nest, so it is tricky at times, but I do try my best. So yeah, Aston Villa slipping down the table. So they have their last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. They've drawn, lost, and they're losing the again at home against Palace, and it's moved Crystal Palace up to 16th, 2 places above the relegation zone, and so it's not gone too well for Ipswich Town at the minute, results wise. Only Leicester losing, who are just a place above the relegation zone. Wolves are currently leading, which puts them a point above Ipswich. Ipswich slipped down to second off bottom. Southampton look, of course, already doomed. They look doomed. So, Championship, we've got Bristol City 0. These are full times, by the way. Bristol City 0, Burnley 1. It finished 2-2 against Coventry and Sheffield United, and it finished 1-1 Sheffield Wednesday against Cardiff. Blackburn against Portsmouth was postponed. It's Luton 1, Hull 0, Millwall 0, Sunderland 1. Oxford 2, Middlesbrough 4, Preston 1, Derby 1, QPR 1, Stoke 1, West Brom 2, Norwich City 2. Right. Defo Jack, been a decent following, a few miserable draws, need the points, mate, says Andy. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the commentary to start, which is about to start any minute now. So they've come out early for the second half. We've been playing 2 minutes and just watched Tanganga head over the Sunderland crossbar from a Millwall corner. As a change has been made at half time by Millwall, Honeyman's been replaced by Bradshaw, and the ball comes back to Lucas Jensen, all in pink, the Millwall goalkeeper, away to our left. And if you're just joining us now, we're only in the second half late because of the medical incidents that have taken place. And in fact, as well as the two Millwall fans, a Sunderland fan slipped on one of the stands and hurt his knee. So there was 3 taking place. So it's all been going on. So the Sunderland fan is okay. Let's just hope that he's okay. How well, lads, says Connors. The ball's headed away by Luke 09, only as far as George Saville. So Tom Bradshaw has come on for Honeyman. I don't know whether Millwall have gone 2 up front here, as Dan Neil tries to turn and away he goes, and Coburn and Bradshaw as Mayenda trying to come away with this for Sunderland, up into the centre circle to Connolly. Connolly whipping it down the right, or trying to find his Isidore down the right, who was intercepted by Tanganga, and he plays the ball down the left hand side now to Brian. And Brian looking for Coburn, who tackles 09, and John Busby has penalised Coburn, and with a horrendous amount of boos from the Millwall fan. So loads of boos. The Millwall fans were not happy with that decision by the referee. They've got 2 big strikers up front, and again Watmore is the one who's going to feed off them. So it's a free kick taken by 09 across to Ballard here, and Ballard now to Elise. Elise just in front of him is Watson, just in front of the hard line. Roman remain. Essay gets a foot to it, but now Denor's given the ball away for Rigg to take this on to Sunderland. Down the right side of midfield, Connolly's calling for it in the penalty area, and he has to check his run. Rigg now lays the ball off on the right hand side to Mayenda. He's got Bryan in front of him, Joe Bryan. He's played it back inside to Rigg, who's found Dan Neil, who shoots and cannons off Tanganga, who's just suddenly collapsed on the floor on his backside, and he got full in the face, but he's got straight back up. God bless you and your daughter, CABBIE. I got nephew disabilities longer than myself. Thank you, Michael Brumwell, and hope your nephew is alive and kicking and doing well. So we've got to deal with these direct balls, Sunderland. Thanks for the subscriber, by the way. Thank you. So Jensen with the kick out from the Millwall penalty area, and MACKEM it was who got up to in touch of the far side, and the throw quickly taken by Millwall, and the wind's gone up again here at the Den, and it's come back to Tanganga, and he plays it back to the goalkeeper. Jensen in goal for Millwall, Leonard, Tanganga, Hutchinson and Bryan at the back 4, Denor and Saville, Essay, Watmore, and now 2 up front for Bradshaw and Coburn. Sunderland, Patterson in goal. As away goes Watmore, no, it's Denault down the left, and he pulls it back again for SA on the left penalty area, and it's going to try and curl into the box, but it's headed away by Elise and then cleared by Watson. The back four for Sunderland's 09, Ballard, Leper, Elise, Neil, Rigg, Mayenda, Connolly, Watson and Isidore. Hutchinson taking the throw for Millwall back to Jensen, and the bench is Moore, Oshish, Barr, Johnson, Anderson, Alexic, Ogunshui, Harrison Jones and Ben Middlemiss. And the ball back up in the Sunderland half. Elixir battling with SA and clears to Watson. Behind him is Neil, plays it across to Park, but it's picked up by Watmore, gets there ahead of Mayenda, back to Brian, forward again to Watmore, inside again to Brian, and inside against to Eno, the Belgium, and he's out wide on the left now. So back to Hutchinson, Leonard, and now Villa 2, Palace 2, and down the right, a flick inside from Bradshaw to SA, who the referee is deemed Dan Neil to court SA, and Dan Neil was waving at the referee to say I barely touched him, and the referee has given a free kick to Millwall. As the fans start singing "No One Likes Us," but it's a free kick to Millwall. They seem to be getting a lot of free kicks. So Saville, Brian, and I think is that Hutchinson over the ball at the moment, as referee applying the spray inside the penalty area, and Rigg and Mayenda, 2-man wall for Sunderland in their red and white stripes. Oxford 2, Middlesbrough 5. So those games are well into their second halves, and we've only just started our second half here. We're only 8 minutes in. And Saville now, and he runs away from the ball. So O'Brien's going to take this with his left foot. Oh, and it's headed over. Oof, Patterson seemed to have a cover though, but it's headed over by Bradshaw. He should have scored there. He's only 6 or 7 yards out. He was in the 6-yard box and he threw himself at it, but it was over the bar. So in the opening minutes of the second half, 2 over the bar from Millwall as the rain starts lashing down. It's still Millwall 0, Sunderland 1. The first half goal by Connolly. Patterson plays the ball out to 09. Down the right touchline, it's gone out and it's a throw out to Millwall. Over on the far side, 54th minute of the game. An unprecedented afternoon, with the fact that trying to sort of clear up what happened. There was a medical incident on the far side, only one ambulance at the ground. The reason for the delay is for the second incident. They had to wait for a second ambulance, and so that caused another delay. But the chances of 2 incidents happening at the same time are, well, you couldn't really write it, could you? As the ball now with Coburn. Longmere out of the mistake by Patterson. He started to go Patterson and Palmer away from the foot of the post. Loving your commentary accent like Cabbie. You're welcome, Pagard. Patterson save, and now claim for handball from Mayenda, and it's a corner to Millwall. Millwall starting off brightly here this second half. They're throwing everything at Sunderland, Millwall, at the moment in the bid to get the equaliser. As the volume increases with the Millwall fans. As Millwall have this corner. Millwall have got plenty of bodies in the penalty area. One back, Leonard on the centre circle, but it's played straight to Ballard, who clears it over to the touchline on the far side. He's played inside against Denault, back into the penalty area, and well, Watson puts his foot through it for a throw to Millwall again. But this is where we need someone just to put the foot on the ball, just to slow things down. And this is what's happened with just one of the players have gone down for treatment. It's Connolly's gone down for treatment. We just need to slow this game down to take the sting out of it, because it's all Millwall at the moment. They've started with their tails up. So Connolly, the calling on Pete Brand, who's jogging on with his medical bag to treat Connolly. A few boos from the Millwall fans, and of course teams don't do that. The stadium are like, do they? So Oxford 2, Middlesbrough 6. That's unbelievable. So Sunderland fans, you can hear us now to the left and making plenty noise. Connolly now receiving some treatment at the edge of the Sunderland penalty area, and Meander leaning over him just to check he's alright. And it looks like it might be a substitution here. Isidor's whipping his hands to say that it looks like we might have to make a change. I wonder if we'll see Lesic come on. Be nice to see him, wouldn't it? Yes, Andy, but we have struggled second half all season, especially when we're in the lead. MACKEM CABBIE man, what happened to the radio station, man? You're doing a great job, commentary, thank you. Yeah, Stephen Lynn, it's just to do with the copyright until I find out if I'm allowed to have the radio in the background. I need to find out from Radio Newcastle if I'm allowed to do it or not. I'm just being careful, Mackem. I think it was SAFC Fan TV kept complaining to me, saying I shouldn't be having the radio and this and that and the other. So I'm now looking into it to see if I'm allowed to have the commentary on in the background. So what I'm doing is now I am just copying word for word what the radio commentary is saying. It's a tricky thing to do, but I've mastered it. So you're still getting 100% of the commentary. It's just not the radio, it's me copying word for word what they're saying. So Connery coming off over here towards the dugouts. Oh, Sheesh getting himself ready. He's definitely going to make the change. He's walking okay, Connolly. I don't know what he's done. But the Millwall fans... Oh, it's a Lesic. Lesic is coming back on. We're back. Lesic is going to make his debut for Sunderland. We are back to second. We should be top, shouldn't we, David, if we are leading at the minute? I don't know. So we're going to see Lesic, the new lad, coming on. So hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you're new. Thank you very much indeed. 15 minutes, 1 minute, Sun, and the ball whipped through for another Millwall corner. They're maintaining the pressure after that break. They've taken the corner quickly, and they've taken a shot and quick. And SCA now is whipped in, and it's come down onto the boot of Isidor to try and play out into midfield and back to Jensen, the goalkeeper. And he's kicked it up straight away. That'd be good, Mackem. We've got the ball out again now. It's a great pass, and he's played it inside to Meander on his left foot, and Jensen goes. Jensen makes the save. Went down to his left, and he picked the wrong side. And it's good play by Sunderland. Good save by the keeper. So we played nearly 14 minutes of the second half. It's still Millwall 0, Sunderland 1, live here on the MACKEM CABBIE's channel. And Jensen with the kick, and it's a big one from the 6'6" keeper, and a call for a foul on Coburn, and it's not given, and it's given out from the right for Sunderland. Rigg to get up to the halfway line, comes back down now to MACKEM, and now Bradshaw is tackled by Eligse. Rigg struggling, he's hopping about as Chris Rigg. I'm trying to watch what's going on here. Yeah, Rigg is hobbling about, and the referee is watching on as Leonard plays the ball back into Jensen. Arsenal 3, Forest 0, and here now is Denor trying to get forwards and plays the ball to Saville to his left. Out wide again on the left hand side to Brian, looking to thread it through for Watmore, but it whizzes past him and goes behind for a goal kick to Sunderland. Lesic, who's playing up off Isidor as Connolly was, and at last we see Lecce on the pitch. Patterson's left the ball for Ballard, who plays it back to Patterson. Bradshaw goes to close him down. And hangs in the air for a moment. Saville heads it forward and Meffem coolly heads it to Ballard. Ballard looking for Alexic. Just a poor touch. And it ran away from him, and Millwall have the ball back. Saville down the left hand wing. Saville looks to cross, and Mepham half clears it. Watmore trying to get on the end of it. He's tackled by Dan Neal, and Alexic plays a lovely ball up to Mienda. Mienda trying to get it forwards and get first, but he's beaten to it by Tanganga. And away down the left hand side here, Millwall again pushing on with Saville wide on the left, with down to SA, who's moved over to the left hand side in the second half, and he's on the left of the penalty area. And Denard back to Saville. Saville crosses, looking to Coburn, but Elixir heads it out and out to the right to Hutchinson. Turns it back inside, slightly behind him, Leonard. But Leonard now to Tanganga, who's nearly tackled by Isidore, but gets it to Saville. Through to Coburn, and Coburn shot straight at Patterson. Caught it with both hands. Fulham 1, Wolves 3. It's fast and it's frantic this second half. I'll give you that. So, Patterson playing out to the right. Oh, and 9 just slipped underneath him. Couldn't quite control it. And it's a throw to Millwall. It's dropped to Saville. And it's back to him and to Hutchinson in the centre circle. Just inside the southern half to Tanganga. Tanganga now down the left to Saville. George Saville just kept it in, looking for a main essay. He's found Coburn, who's tussling with Mepham, who's forced him back out up to the halfway line here with Hutchinson. Inside to Denard, and Denard has trying to get away from Alexic, and he's rolled the ball through to Essay on the left hand side of the penalty area. Essay, his cross is blocked by 09, and it's another corner to Millwall. It's all Millwall's second half. Has it gone in for a corner? Yes, it has gone out for a corner. So Millwall definitely got the tails up this second half. So everybody inside the Sunderland penalty area just about, apart from Leonard, who's back in the front of the centre circle. And here comes Brian with his left foot, swings it in, and one headed by Ballard, and it's Leonard who's going to pick up the loose ball on the left hand side midfield and back down that left touchline. Brian tries to crash in across, but it's blocked by Alexic. As Gary Bennett says, we'll catch these on the break. Within the 64th minute, Millwall 0, Sunderland 1. On an eventful afternoon here at the Den, as a throw drops to Watmore, back out now to the touchline, and Denard back to Watmore. Watmore trying to slip it through to Denard. Watmore again in the penalty area on the left hand side. He manages to get a cross in. Elixir heads it, and only as far as Mepham, then Rigg trying to head it clear, and Mienda just puts his foot through it, up over the halfway line, and Isidore trying to put pressure on Hutchinson, but Hutchinson turns him and finds Tanganga, and Tanganga now plays the ball wide on the left to Saville. Saville now with Elixir just in front of the corner of the penalty area, as he plays it back inside to Denard. Denard onto the penalty area, hooked away, cleared by Mepham, up into the Millwall half again to Lucas Jensen, the goalkeeper, who's come right out almost to the centre circle. Hutchinson into the centre circle for Millwall. Now Denard down the right wing. Leonard back to Hutchinson on the right side of the centre circle. Sunderland can't get the ball off Millwall at the moment. Now Tanganga plays it to the right to Denard. Denard inside to Tanganga, and Tanganga on the halfway line plays it down to Hutchinson. Hutchinson wide on the left hand side, and it's played back by Brian into the Millwall half. Sunderland weather this storm. Can they do it? They don't want to speak too soon, but they are keeping Millwall at bay. at the moment, it's Tanganga again, who's having plenty of the ball. He's got Alesic in front of him, now Dunor, and Alesic trying to hunt Dunor down, and he's forced him to play the ball out for a throw to Sunderland. That's good pressure. Good pressure from Sunderland, that. We're almost halfway through the second half. It seems to have flown by, but I think it's because of the pace and the tempo of this second half. Millwall have come out the traps. Sunderland need to pick it up. We don't want to be getting into this habit of second half syndrome where we're just rubbish. On the head of Son Hutchinson now. Finds Watmore. Trying to find Elise got in front of him. Millwall trying to get it back down the right wing with Ballard pushed over by Bradshaw. And well done by Dan Ballard, and it's a free kick to Sunderland. It's on the touchline on the left. Bradshaw's pleading with it was Ballard and not him. But Bradshaw, with his socks rolled down, walks away. Meppem's having a word with the two Welshmen. As I Can't Help Falling in Love with You rattles around the den from the Sunderland fans. They're making plenty of noise to our left. So many of them, of course, will be booked on certain trains home, but we've had a half-hour delay. Hope they can get back okay. Patterson now with this free kick for Sunderland. Over the halfway line, straight out. That's got to be a better clearance from Patterson. And Patterson's limping. He's limping, Patterson. It was, I believe, touch and go that he played today. Fingers crossed he is okay. It was his decision, it was told. Patterson's decision, but it wasn't a very good clearance, that. And the ball's come out again for another throw to Millwall. Inside their own half. Still on Mill. Can Sunderland slow this game down? Leonard with the throw. Down the touchdown line. And it's headed out of Ballard, who's been knocked on the head by Coburn. Coburn's been knocked on the head. He's gone down, clutching his thigh, I think. And Alessia's gone down. And Lisa's got down as well. And he's been helped up by Tommy Watson. And so what's the referee doing here? He's calling Dunor to him, is he? Yes, Jeff, until I get the copyright thing sorted out, I'm just going to get in contact with Newcastle, Radio Newcastle, to see if it's okay to have it played in the background. So you're still getting the commentary, Jeff. I'm copying word for word what Mick Barnes is saying. So we've got George Saville now. Northern Ireland International, very experienced Northern Ireland International, trying to find Watmore. Ball cut out by Rigg, and he swings his foot through it, looking to try and find Isidore away, but it's going to bounce right back through to Lucas Jensen and his bright pink at the edge of the penalty area. And it's again on the left with Saville. 53 caps for Northern Ireland. Gets the ball down the left to Joe Bryant, inside to Dunor. And Dunor, Tommy Watson needs to be aware here. Rigg now back to Saville, and now down to Bryan on the right, on the left, sorry, on left the penalty area, and they win another corner, Millwall, as they try to get SA through, and the ball knocked behind for another Millwall corner. Millwall 6th corner. Joe O'Brien's going to take it. We made a place in the second half. We're shocking at the second half these last few games. What's the matter with us? As Millwall are about to take this corner. Fulham 1, Wolves 4 as the rain pours down. The ball comes off Hutchinson and lets it try to clear, and then a weak shot in the end from Coburn straight at Patterson. So it's finished South Shields 5, Farsley Celtic 1. I'm going to check my watch now because it's 5-5. So all these other games. CABBIE, I think you'll be okay with BBC commentary. It's more to do with YouTube policy. Well, I don't know. I've not been flagged by YouTube. I've done loads of commentary with BBC Newcastle, but until I find out, he's won the ball now. And now Rigg taking this off through the middle. Rigg, and he slipped it through, and he can't to Isidore. But he was intercepted. It's cleared by Millwall. Only as far as zone 9 on the halfway line. And on 9, wide on the right, just inside his own half. Trying to pass it on to Mayenda, and it's eventually rolled out, but it's a free kick to Millwall on the touchline by Mayenda, by Saville. But until I find out exactly that I'm alright, I can do it, then thank you very much, Durham Driver. I am just literally copying word for word what the commentators are saying. It's tricky to do, but I can do it. Nodding it down to get Bradshaw on the right. It's come back out the touchline almost. Leonard crossing, headed away by Dan Neil from SA out here to Lesic, and it's just got his foot caught, but he's managed to get his ball away now, and he's done brilliant well to recover his composure and try to find Watson, and the pass was overhit, and it runs out for another throw to Millwall. Halfway inside the second half on the right hand side to Saville from Leonard. Millwall in their navy blue shirts, their top half at least, the bottom half white with couple of blue bands surrounding. Here's Leonard again for Millwall on the right. Inside again to Hutchinson. Long ball floated up towards the edge of the penalty area, but well headed away by MACKEM. And Elixir heading it down to Watson on the touchline. Watson trying to get it inside to Dan Neil, but it was intercepted and out a foul on Saville by Watson. So it's another free kick to Millwall. It's just free kick after free kick after free kick to Millwall. Thank you, Dougie Stewart. Thank you. We're at the 72nd minute. And now to Watmore at the penalty area, but it's played it off of Isidore for another corner to Millwall. I remember Charles Harrison. Saville on the right for Millwall. And front of the cold blown lane starts short to SA. SA has Watson in front of him. He's trying to shake him off. He's done that, and it's come off a Lesic for another Millwall corner. Sunderland holding on to a 1-goal lead. Saville will take this corner again on the right hand side. Only one change made by Sunderland. It was an injury to Connolly. And the ball played in here, and it's through the penalty area, chased by Denor to the far touchline, and it's run out for another throw to Millwall. It's just set piece after set piece and throwing to Millwall. It's quickly taken. Leonard trying to shake off 09, but he's also joined on that far side by Isidore, and a brilliant bit of defending by Wilson Isidore to get the ball away. But Millwall have won it back again. Tanganga, and he plays it into the centre circle to Hutchinson. Hutchinson leaves it to Saville, and Saville now looks up and plays it through to SA. Now what more is it? Denor at the edge of the penalty area. Denor shot, and down goes Patterson, and a great hands from Patterson. Great save. Well done, Patterson. But surely Sunderland have got to get hold of the ball. It can't be all Millwall. Surely Sunderland have got to have some possession here. As 09 finds Rigg and slips it past Saville, looks for Meander, and is just bodged off the ball by Tanganga, but the referee says no foul. It's Millwall who get the free kick, and they're going to make a substitution. Millwall. Duncan Watmore is coming off. Femi Aziz is coming on. We need to step it up. We certainly do. I'm getting a bit sick of this second half not turning up from Sunderland at the minute. Reckon he'll make some changes. Don't know who will bring on. But come on, Sunderland. They need to get hold of this ball. They need to put the foot on it, because it's all Millwall. We don't want to be falling back into this trap of we're only first half performers. So if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe and hit the thumbs up. Thank you very much. So we're up towards the edge of the Sunderland penalty area. Bradshaw trying to get the ball off Ballard, but he stabbed it away. Dan Neil gets it onto Lesic, who heads it down to Neil. Neil now hooks it over plays it over the halfway line, drops for Brian in the middle, through to Aziz, looking for Bradshaw, who turns it to SA on the right corner of the penalty area, but he's tackled by Dan Neil. Is coming away with the ball here, just inside to Lesic. Isidore made a run, and he's offside here. He's offside. So glaringly, obviously, it was offside. So the only sort of little break Sunderland get, a little bit of possession, it's offside. It's over left again now with Brian. Over to Aziz, looking for the run of Coburn. MACKEM goes with him. MACKEM gets in front of him and manages to shield the ball away from Coburn for a goal kick. Cricks MACKEM been superb at defending. Last 15 minutes, Millwall 0, Sunderland 1. As David Knight says, catch them on the break. Well, we need to do something. We need that second goal. This is just relentless pressure from Millwall. And Elise and Ballard in a conversation together, as both stooped over, head to head. Elise now jogs away now, and Patterson with this goal kick for Sunderland. And all the players towards this left hand side. The kick follows suit, and in fact it bounces out. So another dodgy clearance from Patterson, and it's gone straight out for a throw-in. Come on, man, Pato. Can Sunderland see out this last quarter of an hour and on what would be a very, very good 3 points? As Ballard and Coburn, they manhandle each other. The referee lets play go on. Isidore tried to tap the ball outside to Alexic, and Alexic now catches SA, and is going to get a yellow card here. Alexic is going to get a yellow card. Welcome to England. So Alexic gets a yellow card, first yellow card. It's his first tackle, Alexic. Get stuck in there, lad. He's getting stuck in there. Alexic booked, and Colburn's coming off for Millwall. Ivanovic, the record signing for Millwall, is coming on. So Alexic gets his yellow card. Can Sunderland hang on? But they need to step it up. They need to step this up. They're defending really well, but they need to have a go themselves. Saville now trying to chest the ball on, but it's cleared by Sunderland. Down the left, Aziz. He's wide on the left hand side, and now to the goal line. Corner, says the referee, and yet another corner, a ninth corner to Millwall. So Sunderland have to defend another corner. We need to concentrate. We do need to concentrate. It's going to be swept in from that left hand side, and here is Brian, hangs in the air. Hutchinson beaten to it by Elise, comes right back up to Leonard, and his Millwall tried to get the ball out, and that was a foul. That's a foul, surely. That's a booking, surely. He's thrown Watson to the floor, and the referee's not taking any further action. And Gary Bennett's shouting, what is he doing, the referee? What is he doing? He's thrown Watson to the floor, and the referee's not giving a booking. He's away. That is ridiculous. So we get a yellow card for Let's Hit You. He threw Watson down. Referee doesn't even give a yellow card. O'Nine's going to take the free kick. Drives it hard up towards Exeter, and Tanganga just grabs him and throws him to the floor as well. Referee lets the player go on, and away goes Aziz down the left, and now plays it inside to SA. SA has just lost it at the edge of the penalty area. Ballard is going to come away with it now. SA is left on the deck, and Ballard's up to the third of the centre circle, trying to lay it off to Alexic, but the keeper's going to beat him to it, and slides out and grabs the ball, and Alexic's feet, and then bowls it away down the left to Bryan, Joe Bryan. And Bryan now plays it back inside to Tanganga. Millwall 0, Sunderland 1. In the 80th minute, Leonard on the right hand side here for Millwall, inside the Millwall half, up into the halfway line. Saville, back to Leonard, inside to Hutchinson, forward now to Dunno. Dunno at the edge of the centre circle, around the right hand side to Saville. Saville, who's inside the Sunderland half, he's got Watson in front of him, tries to play it down the line for SA, across from Neil. They battle on the touchline, and don't foul, says Gary Bennett. SA slips inside. SA is tackled by Elise here, and a caught in the penalty area. Out in the middle is Rig now. He's got Alexic, Isidore and Mayenda ahead of him. It's played to Alexic. It's run into Hutchinson though, and the ball is taken off him by Leonard and played to the Sunderland half to Ballard. Ballard now plays it to Bradshaw, to Rig. who lays it off to 09, and 09 now trying to get away from Ivanovic, who's got the ball. Ivanovic now into the penalty area, into the left hand side for Millwall, runs into MACKEM, then finds Aziz, and Aziz trying to get it on his right foot, trying across, headed across, and headed by Ballard, put back in by Saville, drops for Essie into the edge of the area, looking from on the right, looking for Bradshaw. 09's going to throw himself at it, and then the flag is up, and the referee says that. Fantastic defender from Sunderland. John Murray from TWR. The ball runs into an empty net. What's TWR, Chris Gore? I know John Murray. 81st minute, Millwall 0, Sunderland 1, on an afternoon of drama. 81 minutes gone. Ballard is going to get to his feet. Dan Neil's having a conversation with John Busby, the referee, and Sunderland have just got to see this out. The game's played largely in the Sunderland half in this second half, but they've been seeing Millwall off. They've just got to do it for another 9 minutes. But Patterson will have this free kick for Sunderland. Thank you very much, Jay. The ball hangs in the air from a moment, headed back by Tanganga, and Hutchinson tried to drive it upfield, but it's gone out again for another Millwall throw on halfway on the left hand side, back to Tanganga and across here to Hutchinson. In the middle of the Millwall half, out wide to Leonard. Leonard plays it back into the centre to Hutchinson. Hutchinson in the middle of the Millwall half, back to the goalkeeper, and showed a little burst of speed to get to the ball, gets it out to Denor. Now Leonard, now to the touchline, gives the ball away to Elise, flicks it on to Alexic. Oh, and Alexic just come off him into the path of Hutchinson to clear. His touch has just been a little heavy from Alexic, and played over the top now from Millwall. MACKEM gets in front of Bradshaw, calmly comes away with the ball. He's been solid, MACKEM. He clears onto the chest of Saville, who runs into Watson. The ball breaks for Aziz. He's on the right here now and takes his on and leaves it for Saville, and he nearly got caught by Watson, but it comes back to Leonard on the right hand side. Back again to Hutchinson. Short passing forward to Denor, and then to Tanganga, and Tanganga across to the wide left, and Brian plays it back to Tanganga. Tanganga now is trying to lift one into the penalty area for Aziz, who heads it down here, and Bradshaw's got his back to goal, put off by Dan Neil, and the ball drops into the hands of Patterson. Excellent defending. 84th minute. Still Sunderland lead by that 10th minute Aaron Connolly goal. Connolly replaced in the second half by Milan Alexic. Man of the match so far, I think it's going to have to be MACKEM so far. So Sunderland fans sensing that it could be a big win, but it's a big kick from Patterson, and the wind is following, and it's taken the ball right up to Jensen. So the last 3 clearances from Patterson's been questionable. And now Millwall kick out for a throw to Millwall. Come on, Patterson, your clearances need to be better. Hutchinson has to come back and get the ball, leave it for Leonard to take the throw. The referee's ushering back 10 yards to where he deems to be the correct position. As the Sunderland fans are singing at full voice, we are far the greatest team the world has ever seen. Leonard steals a few yards, takes the throw, and it comes off Neil, does it, for a throw. The assistant's not sure. He's given the throw to Sunderland, to the disbelief of the Millwall fans. Elise is going to take the throw. On halfway, on the left hand side, Sunderland leading by a goal to nil in the 85th minute, and an afternoon where we saw a half-hour delay for 2 simultaneous medical incidents. The ball headed away by Hutchinson. Ballard gets a foot round it, comes back to Tanganga, up through the SA on the halfway line, tackled by Neil. Ballard to 09, and it Riggs caught by SA, and that's got to be a booking. And eventually it's a booking, surely. At last it's a booking. The referee gets his yellow card out. and he's shown a yellow card to Millwall. John Busby, the referee. MACKEM is going to take the free kick, and a handful of people leaving in front of us. Millwall fans, a few more starting to leave. Are they sensing that this is not going to be Millwall's day? MACKEM now for Sunderland, trying to find Meander, but there's beaten to the air by Bryan, but it's a throw to Sunderland on the right, deep in the Millwall half, and forwards comes O'Nien to take it, trying the ball off with his shirt, not in any hurry at all. The referee's trying to say, come on, hurry up O'Nien, throws it into Isidore, back to goal in the penalty area, comes back out now looking for Rigg, but it's passed back to the touchline, and it's going to be a free kick, and that's going to be a yellow card to MACKEM now. So MACKEM's got another yellow card. He's gone to 4 yellow cards, so he's on the verge of a suspension, MACKEM, if he gets another yellow. These referees are just so card happy, it's unbelievable. Honest to God, that was not a booking, that, like. Free kick taken, the foul was on Ivanovic, and the ball, Elise, and is caught by Aziz, and that has to be a booking, surely. Flat on his back, Elise, and the referee's starting to lose control of this game a little bit here. Aziz has walked well away from the incident. Elise is going to milk this, isn't he? He's going to take his time, isn't he? Get up. We're in the 87th minute, and it's Millwall 0, Sunderland 1. They've lost 2 at home this season, Millwall. This potentially is going to be their 3rd home defeat. The other 2 are in early part of the season. Patterson is going to come out and take the free kick for Sunderland next Wednesday night. Millwall away to Portsmouth. Sunderland play West Brom, of course, at home on Tuesday night. We'll have it live here on the MACKEM CABBIE channel. A kick now from Patterson, down the left, out it goes, throw to Millwall in the 88th minute now. It's going to be taken by Leonard into the Sunderland half. Bradshaw gets ahead on it. Denor drives it down the right, the wing. Aziz trying to get in front of Ballard. Ballard get in front of Aziz and holds him off, and ball goes behind for a goal kick. Excellent defending there. And Patterson has come to retrieve the ball. It's been all Millwall's second half, but Sunderland have defended immensely. Only 2 minutes of the 90 left. The ref has been in control again, says Dougie. Millwall leading 1-0. Patterson now is going to kick this upfield into the Millwall half. Players fairly well spread, but somebody breaks to the near side, but the ball goes through the centre, bounces away from Meander. It's going to come back from Tatanganga, and he tries a little lob to Bryan, and it breaks then for Aziz inside the Denor, looking for Bradshaw, but MACKEM will just cut across in front of him and hold him off as the ball rolls out for a throw to Sunderland. Once again, superb defending by MACKEM. Macaulay Langstaff is going to come off. A double substitution here for Millwall, and Amaku. So Hutchinson coming off for Langstaff, taking the defender off for the striker. That shows you they're going for it even more. And Amaku, 2 strikers coming on. And who's the other one that came off? Was it Saville? I can't quite see the other one was. Saville has gone off as well. It's been a fast, frantic second half, but Sunderland have really defended well. So with 2 strikers on for Millwall. Macaulay Longstaff, who of course used to play for Gateshead, has spells on long against Aziz now. Tries to cross, it comes off Elise here, and another corner for Millwall, the 10th of the game. Sunderland have really got to concentrate here. We're in the last minute. How much will be added on? Hard to say it really. There's not been many stoppages this second half. Bryan's come down to take the corner on the right hand side. Sunderland leading 1-0, and we're going to have 5 minutes, 5 more minutes of stoppage time being added on. So is Essie crossing to the far post, and it's headed across the 6-yard box by Amaku. Comes back again into the arms of Patterson, and it was Tanganga who came across, but Patterson has it. We're in the first minute of the 5. Sunderland still leading by this Aaron Connolly goal after 10 minutes, and Patterson just waiting for everybody to head upfield, rolls the ball out of his penalty area and kicks. Tanganga heads it on to Alexic. Isidore brings it down for Sunderland, flicks it through to Watson on the left hand side, into the middle now to Rigg, stretches, and then he's, it looks like a foul by Denor. Rigg's not very pleased by that. Referee let play go on. Neil finds Rigg, Tanganga comes out, Rigg still gets a foot to it and finds Meander on the right hand side, and he's trying to get away from Tanganga now. Meander pushing it on, but showing a little bit too much of it to Denor. Back it comes out to the left hand side to Tanganga, and he rolls it out to the touchline. Kept in there on that far side by Amaku, and now Tanganga back to the goalkeeper, Jensen. He comes out of his penalty area. We're in the 2nd minute of the 5 being added on. Sunderland and leading 1-0 as the ball comes up to Elixir. He heads it down to the midfield to Rigg. On here to Isidore on the halfway line, looking for Elesic. He's onside into the penalty area. Elesic! Oh, he's keeping the counts his knee, spins away along the goal line, just stayed in, and it's played out by a left wing to Amaku. And Amaku has to pick himself up after a challenge from 09, and he's now played up to Ivanovic. It's broken now on the left hand side for Amaku. Amaku's trying to break into the penalty area. Low ball, tries to Aziz, who scores! The 93rd minute. Benny Aziz has equalised for Millwall, has squeezed it in on the right side of the 6-yard box. And for a 4th consecutive game, Sunderland, it looks like they're going to be ended as 1-1. Sunderland have taken a point at the beginning of the afternoon, but once again it's going to look like the 2 points dropped. Again, we'll look at it, we could have been 2-0 up, and it should have done better. The goalkeeper saves it. Ben Dave pounced on the counter attack. Our defending was poor, and he's selling up and then getting the equaliser. And once again, Sunderland are just second half shown as being poor. It's been poor. So it's 1-1 with 2 minutes left, and it's been all Millwall. Millwall have deserved this equaliser. Heartbreak for Sunderland. Aziz now has done it. It was all Millwall second half. Sunderland have just not done a thing second half. So Millwall now in full voice. Dear. And Sunderland can't believe it yet again. In the jaws of victory, it looks like they've had the victory snatched away, and ball headed away by Tanganga. Millwall 1, Sunderland 1. Can Sunderland find something in this last minute? It looks like it's going to finish 1-1. The ball's come back here to the Sunderland half, and it's been an afternoon of drama, and it's ending dramatically as well, as Millwall find an equaliser. It was coming, because once again it's just been a no-show from Sunderland in the second half. I don't know what is going on at the moment. It just seems to be second half syndrome. Now Ivanovic nearly got hold of it again. Patterson has to kick clear, and we're in the 95th minute now. Isidore's hurt as now he's come back, as the ball hangs in the air in the centre circle. It's flicked on by Amaku, but won back by Neil. Looking for Rigg, tackled on the halfway line by Amaku, and Millwall now trying to get for victory here. Amaku in the edge of the area, out there in the box, and played back in, but won by Sunderland, and Alexic will come away with the ball away down this left hand side, and tackled on halfway line by Tanganga. Millwall are on fire. Millwall are up for this. They are finishing this stronger. They wanting this up more at the moment. 12 seconds or so left of the 5 minutes being added on. 1-1 it is at the minute. Here is Chris Rigg, who the left hand side, just short of halfway line, and he plays it inside to Dan Neil, and Dan Neil now trying to Luke O'Nien. O'Nien trying to get it away to Mienda. We're in the 6 minute at a time. Mienda trying to get in the penalty area, still going, but it's run through to Jensen, who falls it, and that's going to be it. That's going to be full time. So it's all over. It's finished. Millwall 1, Sunderland 1. Well, there we go. Absolute terrible second half from Sunderland. We led from the 10th minute. A half-hour delay because of a medical, and it's just not been good enough from Sunderland in the second half, I'm afraid. Oh, dear, dear, dear. It was always going to come. Thanks again, Matthew. Oh, but look, every Sunderland fan would have took a point before full time, but it's the way it's happened, hasn't it? It's the way it's happened. It's the manner of the draw. The Equalizer with just 2 minutes left. It's always a sucker punch. Unless it had a chance, unless it should have done better. He missed that. He broke away. It didn't recover, and then they equalised. They're a good team, Millwall. They just, again, we've got to take the positives out of the game, and the positives are, defensively, we were really spot on. Thanks, Paget. Thanks, ALS. But, look, thanks, Andy Bett. Thanks for the good report. Look, I'm happy with that pint. I'm happy with the pint. Need a pint. It's a point. We didn't get beat again. It's hard to take, of course it is, coming so late, but when you step back from it, you've got to look at it in the wider perspective. 6 changes for Sunderland. They more than made up for the first half. I'm going to take a point. It's much as it is frustrating, without a shadow of a doubt, but I'm not going to go back on my word. I did say 1-1 before the game was going to start. You ask every Sunderland fan, the majority of the Sunderland fans would have been happy with the point. I'm happy with the point. I don't want to be a hypocrite and say, oh, that's bad, that's bad. A very informed Millwall. We're still unbeaten. It's just frustrating that we were nearly there, but we just couldn't get quite under the line. And you have to give credit to Millwall. They pampered, and they just did not stop that second half. Like I say, Lesic, it's his first game. He had that chance. He could have made it 2-0. They came up the end and made it 1-1. It was a sitter, and this is what happens though. You were at a high level in the Championship. You know, you didn't put your chances away, you're going to get sucker punched. And this is why I keep saying as well, Sunderland need to strengthen in depth, because when they get injuries and suspensions, this is where Sunderland struggle. This is where Sunderland struggle to get the wins. But I hope you didn't mind me giving you the commentary, copying what Radio Newcastle was doing. I hope you didn't mind that without the radio. I hope I wasn't doing your head in. Thanks, Geordie Groundwater. You're welcome. Thanks, Jack. Thanks, Liz. Hard for you today it was. Ian Waller, cheers to you. Appreciate what you do. Fella tough day at the office. I know. Philip Atkinson, brilliant commentary against the odds. Thanks, Cabby. Says thanks, Philip. Thank you. Andrew Barker says we invited the pressure with absolute schoolboy passing and movement. But like I say, a big up, Cabby. See you Tuesday as we play Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in, Fernley. A frustrating day at the office for Sunderland, but we'll take a point. We'll take a point. And good luck to you, Fernley, on tomorrow's match. Tim Stalker says thanks for your hard work. You're very much welcome. Thanks, Andrew. But yeah, it's a point. Like I say, I'm not going to be a hypocrite by saying, oh, I'm sick to death of this, it's another point. I'm not sick to death of it. I'm a bit frustrated that we scored in the last minute. But it's a point, and that's what all the fans were hoping for. If we get a point at Millwall with our weakened squad, I mean 6 or 7 players out, then yeah, I'll take that with a pinch of salt. Absolutely, I'm going to take that. It's 1-1. Look, just go back to the beginning. If you're a bit fed up, you know, yes, I would have taken a point. So David Graham says West Brom on Tuesday, then away to Sheffield United on Sky on Friday night. Then at home to Stoke the following Sky at 12:30. So there we go. Thanks for the support everybody's given me on the channel today. I will be looking in to see if I can get the Newcastle commentary up and running. But in the meantime, thanks everybody for your support. And it's been frustrating. It was coming, but I'll take a point all day long, and I'm sure when the dust settles, a lot of Sunderland fans will. So we'll catch